but we're here and we'll just start talking and just a little light chit chat sort of things until a few more people gather. Okay. All right. So Akvil and I have decided to do a live stream here and talk about quite a few different subjects. Mm, entities, archons, ETs, soul contracts, agreements, um, and the out of body experience, generally speaking. And a lot of viewers have written to us with questions or subject that they would like us to talk about too. So we'll be covering that. In the meantime, we're trying to just kind of get settled, and we're still not used to these live streams.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Starting one of the bigger topics, have you heard of the recent, uh, damn it, the words that got in my head, but, like they've been censoring people a lot, and newest thing on YouTube is that if you type UFO or alien, it is changed today, but if you type UFOs or alien in YouTube, you will find all the footage from CNN, BBC, Fox News, History Channels, Discovery Channels, some more channels, but nothing or barely anything from small people uploading their stuff. We have security and other people uploading footages of UFOs and just talking about it, and they're lower than like not showing up. But we have big channels, and it's like, okay, 5 years ago, cool, that's the recent info. I mean, that sort of pissed me off.
Oh wow, that no, I hadn't heard that, but it makes sense because I tried to do some research on Google yesterday, and I get nothing but shit, just mainstream media shit, one thing after another. And it's like total propaganda machine. Deep state is going fucking nuts with this censorship and propaganda and trying to turn how we feel and think. And the mainstream that people that don't get it yet, they're never going to get it now. I feel like it's just about fucking tipped, man. That pisses me off.
Yeah, like the recent article I saw, and it was like 2 months ago, and YouTube decided to like we're gonna like not recommend videos of any subject. I mean, not self-disclosure, but more conspiracies and other things like that, like 9/11, because it definitely wasn't an inside job. It was just a plain terrorist. Like, how do people not get it? We have people for 11. We have footage from CNN and BBC. Like, great. That's the only possible source to trust. Like, fuck all the other stuff. And
Yeah,
like footages like that, and fire like do not discuss that because that's bullshit, like all that stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Same with Wikipedia. Wikipedia was originally supposed to be for the people, by the people, and we create our own encyclopedia online. Oh man, I mean, it was like 7 or 8 years ago that I went in to correct something because you can go in there and edit something. Well, they're fucking trolls just come back in and edit the next day back the other way. You go back in and edit it, they'll come back in. So now fucking Wikipedia is nothing but a propaganda motherfucking machine too.
Exactly.
And
Like,
the young kids and the new people, they don't have a fucking chance. Anyway, what?
now, like, I remember like being at school, and like, if we're gonna do a presentation or anything or just answer questions, you cannot use Wikipedia, or you're gonna like fail all the possible grades and stuff, and you're just gonna have to repeat the class. So Wikipedia is like forbidden. And how come is the only trustable source on the internet now?
Right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Wikipedia, you can't use that as a source in Lithuania if you're doing a school or a college paper. Source Wikipedia. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And if you talk about like on a YouTube, if I do a YouTube video and I talk about reptilians, I don't even it doesn't even have to be in the title. They'll just word they'll they'll grab the audio word if I say reptilian in there, and they'll put under the video reptilians, and then Wikipedia tells you this is a conspiracy theory about da 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 da,
Yeah.
and it's just a huge propaganda uh, push. And propaganda and military intelligence and moving the masses and mind control of nations and the people is a very important aspect of world domination. Whether it's World War II, Hitler's war machine versus the Allies' propaganda machines, doesn't matter what. This stuff is serious business, and they have some of the most brilliant evil minds working how to do the MK Ultra, manipulating not just individuals but the masses. And they're in full swing. That's what they're doing right now with all this fake news and everything. And it just pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, like, that was a pisser for me, because, like, I'm usually, like, not usually, but today I just Googled UFOs and aliens, and both, searches, you Google UFOs, and you see Fox News, CNN, BBC, History, Discovery channels, and all this stuff. You can see all the media, but nothing from little people. Nothing. I mean, it just gets lowers. And, security team, they would make a video almost every day, or at least every week, and they would cover, like, UFOs all the time. And you come in there, it's not there. You can see Fox News, sure, you can see CNN, sure, cool. That's 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But the recent stuff, today's stuff, no, not at all. It's like, go figure. And that's like that's just the start. Like, you can like think about like what's gonna happen to 9/11 and Flat Earth and other different subjects. Pizzagate and pedophilia. Come on, yeah.
Oh yeah, you put Pizzagate and it's going to say conspiracy theory about I debunked, fact checked.
Yeah.
Oh fucking please. That pisses me off so fucking much. This was going to be about, just like UFO, ETs and out of body experiences, and it turns into a fucking rant.
Well, we have to start with fire,
Damn. Yeah. And the whole, directed energy weapons on California. Oh, you know what I heard?
What?
I heard that the, this is through the Hugh drops and stuff like that. I heard that the bullet train in California, but it's fucking failed, right? California is loaded with fucking Democrats and the deep state fucking controlled and human trafficking, drug trafficking, and all this shit. And the illegal aliens in there for the vote to get power in Congress to basically turn our fucking United States into a socialist fucking republic. So anyway, the bullet train thing, California got over like $3 billion from federal government to build the damn thing. Now they're not building it. They say they're going to build half of it. They're still going to build a bullet train from like San Francisco and maybe Sacramento into the Central Valley. I live in the Central Valley. There's nothing here but walnut trees, fucking orange trees, and grape fucking vineyards. That's it. Nobody needs a goddamn bullet train to come visit these fucking things.
Come on, I mean, farmers need a ride to San Francisco. What's the deal? Why else?
So they're keeping the fucking money. Trump says, give us the fucking money back, bitch. And this new Newsom motherfucker, he's deep state. Fuck. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm getting a little too hateful here.
Really?
It used to be, freedom of speech. You can express your thoughts and feelings. Is there, well, freedom of speech. You have, what? Is there a law now that you can't have passion in your voice when you speak? It's like you can say something, but you can't say it you can't be hateful. If there's something that's going on in the world that you fucking hate, you can't say it. Unless, oh, I don't like that. That's not good.
So imagine the person coming in and killing your family, your animals, and everything you love, and burning down your house, and you're like alone, and you see that like person, and what you're gonna be like, oh well, I'm sorry, you're a bad person, or you're gonna be like, pretty much hateful again.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. It's not okay to express your hate or your anger. Well, now you can't even pick a topic and talk about it
Yeah.
on Reddit and Twitter and fucking YouTube's just about getting there. I don't know if we'll be able to upload this on fucking YouTube or not.
Well, if anything, I can cut it out. Plus, like, YouTube, I guess they censor more when we touch like deeper topics and stuff. Like I was just ranting a little bit. Maybe not, but we can upload to Rich in the Mood.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We have this new channel, Rich in a Mood. It's not my channel though. I
Yeah,
have
it's
nothing
not.
to do with it. It's this girl that lives in Lithuania, foreigner, man. She's uploading my shit that I won't dare upload on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean
Uh,
you're just a frequent guest on that show. That's it.
yeah, I'm a guest, so it's so if they block the content, it'll be Rich in a Mood. But theoretically, it won't get back to Rich 2150X. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Uh, anyway, damn. Yeah. We got anybody show up yet?
Yeah, we have 14 people or so.
14. Hi, 14 people. How you doing, 14 people? What's up? Okay, we have about like 15 questions, topics that we picked up from comments under the announcement. But if you 14 people have questions, this is just in real life with Ogvila and Rich, really. You went with something? You got a question? Lay it on us, man. We'll talk about that because otherwise we're just going to fucking rant.
Yeah.
I could go on a long time about this whole deep state dens and what they're fucking doing. And I never finished my fucking story about the
Yeah, what's up
latest
with
thing I
that?
heard about the bullet train thing. So the Trump wants his fucking money back. His money, right? Trump wants the money back into the fucking federal coffers. Deep state fucking governor here says, no, we're still using it. We're still building some of the bullet train. What I heard is that what they're really using the money for is their tunneling. Their big heavy equipment to tunnel and the manpower. They got to pay the wages for tunneling and stuff. And there's a mountain range between San Francisco. There's a lot of mountain stuff between San Francisco and LA and Sacramento and San Francisco. I was born and raised in California, so I kind of know about this part.
Yeah.
Well, they're using that money and that all that tunneling. The bullet train is a cover up. What they're really doing is expanding their underground tunnels for their human fucking trafficking and their drug trafficking shit. Now, how's anybody going to fucking prove that, right? Are you going to go out and dig around in the fucking on the mountains and say, there's a tunnel. I know what this is. No, we hear the stories that we hear, and we weigh the credibility of the source. Found it on the internet. That's credible. But we also we hear what people say, and then we process it. And does that make sense to you? Does that fit your paradigm? Does that fit your understanding of what the fuck is going on this planet? And I heard that when I go, shit, that sounds right. Because Trump and the white dragons, the white dragons they call them, the white hats, the good guy alliance all over the world, fighting the bad guy alliance all over the world. The good guys are closing down their traffic channels. Literally, they're the real underground tunneling systems that move traffic and move people from one place to another. They're closing that shit down. But we're not going to hear about it. We got to look deep on the internet and then hear these stories by reliable sources and then just fit it into your paradigm. That's all we can do. I mean, people believe that we flattened a fucking moon. Have you met a guy that floated the moon? No, I saw him on TV. Oh, yeah. Fuck. I could just keep going. I saw that original interview with, was it, I forget the three fucking liars. The three astronauts, they're in a panel and they're talking to the news media. It's about 1964 or something. Is it Buzz Aldrin or I don't remember. There are so many these fucking bullshit astronauts. They used to be my heroes. Right now it's just like fuck. you guys, lying motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're being asked, they got cameras on them and all that stuff, and they're talking about, could you see the stars? And anyway, the guy that's speaking, it looks totally like they are told to get out there and lie to the American people. They're not excited, they're not happy, they're not, they're not feeling it, but they're being interviewed. And anybody that can read body language or tone of voice, fuck, lying motherfuckers, man. And I heard all but maybe one or two were Freemasons. And not to mention the part about the was it Challenger shuttle got blown up and killed all the fucking astronauts on board. Heartbreaking news for the American people. Them motherfuckers showed up years later in jobs and in universities, and they got their fucking photographs and they got the same fucking names.
Okay.
I mean, lying motherfuckers are just bold, and they're depending on people to be ignorant and not look. But now that we're starting to look, now they're just censoring where we look. They're censoring Google and YouTube and Reddit and Twitter and all this shit. Fucking crazy.
I know.
Okay,
Yeah. And like, speaking of, videos and them being fake and stuff, we have now this deep fake where they literally scan your faces, even like, from the photos and put it on the video and make it look like super exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched some documentaries, little shorts, on YouTube. How they can map this whole person onto somebody else's body, then they're dancing or something, doing anything at all, and it looks like, and it's so good, the quality is so good, it looks like the real person doing it.
Yeah. Pretty damn serious.
Yeah, pretty much. Did anybody ask a question yet, or they all leave because we're cussing too much?
Yeah, they left.
Well,
Kidding. We have like 20 people or so. John West has questions on ours as well, so we're good to go.
Hey, John, how you doing, buddy? What's up? Hey, thanks for all the great comments and the encouragement and support. I see those under our videos. Thank you. You had a question or something?
Yeah. So John is asking, is it better to create your ideal lover or spouse in the universe that you construct, or best to find it in realms created by other beings?
Oh, first of all, is John here, or are you picking off a question from John?
John West is here. He just wrote a comment like when we started streaming, so he's waiting.
We saw that same question under one of the comments, so thank you. Okay, once again, what's the question again?
Yeah, is it better to create your ideal lover or spouse in the universe that you construct, or that is created by other beings?
Okay, good question. Deep as fuck. Okay, here's the thing. Consciousness creates every being that ever was and ever will be. We are the beings that we have created before we were what we are. We created us what we are. Men, women, boys, girls, lovers, haters, enemies, family, every viewpoint. There's just a point from which consciousness views and experiences the reality that consciousness is right then creating in consciousness, visualizing. Just think of a person that has great visualization skills. They close their eyes and they imagine a beautiful ranch with a lake and a pasture and horses and pretty flowers and mountains and fluffy clouds and blue skies. It's just, we're that fast. We don't have to imagine how powerful God is to understand the concept of creation in that way. Just, you think it, there it is. Now, some people have that visual skill right now and can get it, and other people don't while in these bodies don't have that visualization ability. So, okay, so creating another lover, here's the thing. If you, in your non-physical realm, create your own lover, your ideal lover, perfect. Here's the thing. what makes an ideal lover unique is the mystery around some parts of her personality. So if you create it all and you know everything about this person, now, does this person have a past? Now, normally a being, when we create ourselves as beings from points from which to view and experience a universe, the beingness will then move into a body. The being is not the body. The being moves into the body. Now the body, you've created the body, and it's a beautiful body because it's your lover and you've created her this way. And now, so you've created the point from which to view, but it's your own consciousness. You're creating to view and experience the world as your lover. And then your lover is going to look at you and go, hi, I love you. Now, are you going to have the knowingness from both points of view that this is your lover is you, and you can see back and forth both ways? That's called bilocation, and it's a total real deal. I've done it. I've experienced it personally, and it's like a mind fuck. You're two people and experiencing the world from two different points of view at the same time. And when you're looking at each other, super mind fuck. But only from this perspective. When you're in that mindset, you can totally wrap your head around it. It's totally clear and experienceable in that way. It's deep and it's great. So is that what you want to do when you create your lover? And then there's the part about um, does your lover have a history? It's now you have to create the lover's past. But if the lover has no past because you just create her and you don't want to like you don't want to create the backstory, so to speak, then her experience in the world in which you've also created, or you just moved into a higher plane realm that's already there, but you don't want to pick any of the girls or guys or lovers, whatever, are there, and you want to create your own, you can do that. Now, you can also imagine not knowing from her perspective that you are her, or that she is you. So from that perspective of knowing, she becomes herself, not knowing that she came from you. Just like humans right now, we don't know that we came from a greater consciousness that was just consciousness creating all these different points of view. So it goes back and forth like that. So the question, I want to ask Agvila about this. I want to back Agvila. Have you ever had one of those experiences where you're like being two people at the same time and looking at yourself from 2 points of view, but like two people?
I've done it, yeah. I've actually had like 40 of me in one place.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was a mindfuck.
Yeah, that was a mindfuck.
Pretty much.
Wow. Well, okay, so John, yeah, you can create your own lover, but these are some of the things you can take into consideration. But we've kind of already done that sort of thing. We've long ago, we've created other aspects of ourselves. And if we create the masculine and the feminine energy of it, and then we've allowed ourselves to, get separated through time and space and various dimensions. So you've got other aspects of yourself, other points of view that when you see them, you won't recognize them as you. You'll recognize them as someone you really love, but you might not remember the time that the two of you were one, but you might. And you get that feeling back and that sense of being at one with your lover. And you've got the masculine energy, you got the feminine energy, and then that aspect of self has a long history because it's since you two parted ways, you've done lots of different things and you've developed a lot of different character and personality traits and likes and desires and beliefs. But when you get back together, it might just click really, really, really well. And you may or may not tap into the knowing from both perspectives, and you can instantly know the past from your lover's perspective, and she can instantly know yours because you were once one and now you're coming back and being one again. Or you're choosing to be in communion one, but then most of the time you're like two people. So you can create your lover that way, but it's just as practical, you might say, to go look for one of your lovers of long ago, or find somebody to love. Find me somebody, queen. Just find me some. I need somebody to love, and go out into the multiverse and find someone new. So it can go any kind of way. But I know what you're asking, and I know within the context you're asking. And I'd say this short. That was a long answer. Here's a short answer. If you're going to go to a realm that is a co-created reality system or belief system territory, so there are other beings that are creating that realm, and you're going to tune into that place, I would say go with finding a lover there. If your preference is to go into a realm, create it all yourself, totally doable, and you're going to create all the characters like NPCs, but you create all the characters and people in that environment, then you also want to create your lover. But to go into a realm that has a lot of beings in it, and then within that realm, create your lover, you could do that, but it doesn't seem like it would be quite as practical or necessary or as fun. That's my thoughts.
It's pretty
Okay.
deep.
Yeah, one question down. How many? Fuck.
It's good. So yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me if you like some of these answers, like, wow, this really helped you, like turned your light on and like, whoa, you can always donate some little tip, a little something, because we accept money. We do. We like money. You like money? I do. Do you?
yeah.
Yeah. See, she does too. So, and you will get preference if you would like us to answer your question first. Ka-ching. Just saying, other people do this sort of thing, and we're like, do people do that? And I go, yeah, I think they fucking do that.
You're getting pretty
So
bold today, huh?
yeah, look at me asking for money. Anyway, choke on that. That was never my strong point. Anyway, go ahead.
So I'm not sure about this next question because like it's not like written correctly, so I'm not sure how to ask it. But basically, um, are the Akashic records run by the Archons? I'm just like making it small, but
No,
all
um,
right.
but they'll make you think they do, and that they control it and guard it, and they will have a fake Akashic record if you buy into that shit. But the way I look at the Akashic record is that it's the mind of God, sort of thing. It's that which has created all that is also creating the being above time. It's created all the past and all the future, but it's really unfathomable because every individual has their own personal memories throughout all time, and there's trillions upon trillions of this, and then you can tap into that, the mind or the history of any individual. Yeah, it's just deep as fuck. But
Yeah,
no, the Archons, no, they would like to say that that's their, it's a thing of spirit, as far as I'm concerned.
sure. And then related question: why do they even exist? The Akashic records.
It's like, do you remember what you had for breakfast yesterday? And then ask, yeah, you go, yeah, I do. It's pretty good. Why does that even exist? That's not a question for me to answer.
Okay,
So,
sure.
next question.
Yeah. So
Well, oh, I'm sorry.
there we go.
Yeah, there we go. It's just a record. It's not even really the record. It's like, imagine a script for a movie, and then imagine the movie, on film, the good old days, roll out one frame at a time. And let's say you're looking from outside the time stream of the film. You're looking at one time in the middle somewhere, one frame. And then you turn on the fucking movie, and it starts playing from this point. And you're watching the movie from the middle somewhere. And it's like asking, why all that stuff before the middle where you start watching? It's just a recording. But not only is it a recording of the past, if you're in the middle of the movie, you're in the middle of one lifetime out of 100 lifetimes. And it's like you're at lifetime 51. So you got 50 lifetimes behind you, 50 frames of this thing, and 49 in front of you. And it's like asking, why does the Akashic record exist? It's like, why does this movie exist? So it's kind of like that. And it gets a little deeper because the memories aren't actually memories. They're 3D holographic creations of the moment. And if you can move through time and move from this point in time into the past, now your past becomes your present, because this is where you are now. But it's only the present if you consider how I am now in the present and where I was is in the future. Because you could just as easily move from this future place, which is your now, and move into the past and just go, hi, I'm in my past. This is my past. It's a 3D holographic experience, very real, because what is reality but a creation of the phenomena and the touch and feel of what you're experiencing. Do I sound like a crazy person yet?
No, you're good.
Okay. I'm
So
sorry. I cut. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, one question from the Astral guy. Like, we talk a lot about, our UBs and that other planes feel like way more real. And so he wants to know what we mean by that. Like, how is it more real? What's the difference between, the UBI experiences out there and the feelings and stuff, and and the difference between Earth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good question. Like right now, when you look around your room, at your stuff, you know this is real. Well, how do we know this is real? In context, if you had a dream and you weren't really thinking about it at the time, but you wake up from the dream and you go, well, that was an interesting dream. How do you know that this is real and that's the dream? And so if you were to break it down, you would look at it's like there's criteria, requirements that have to be met in consciousness with your logical thinking and your observation and experience of the moment. Okay. And you go, well, this is real because I'm here and I'm awake and aware. I'm aware that I am aware. And so literally you could check these off and you go, well, I can see my hands. Yeah. Check. I can feel my hands. Check. They look like my real hands. Check. They feel like, check. Sound like my real, is there anything here that's telling me that this place right now is not reality, not real? Well, no, it's looking pretty fucking real to me. And then you go out, it has to do with awareness of consciousness, the essence of the consciousness and the feel of consciousness. We don't think about it, but it's like, wow, between me and that wall, there's the essence of space and conscious, and you go, damn, this is real. If this isn't real, I'm fucked, because this looks real to me. Because if this is a dream, I'm not seeing it, right? So then you've got all this, and this is how you tell that this is real. Put this aside. Now let's go look at that dream. Let's say you just had a dream of walking along in the park and watching the ducks in the lake. They're cute. What makes that not real? Well, this is real, because we're going to take dream and we're going to apply that to out of body experience. As how do we know if an out of body experience is real? But let's start with dream. How do you know the dream is not real? Because you know it's we just call it a dream. So of course it's a fucking dream. How do you know it's a dream? Well, I was experiencing it, and then I woke up and I was here, and this is real. Okay, so it was another non this place, a place not this place. Yeah, okay, that's one. Another thing about a dream is you're not in it now. You're in reality now, real. So a dream is someplace you were or might be in the future, but not right now. Okay. But now, if you wanted to compare your dream, you got all these things that tell you what's real. You know, our little checklist a minute ago. If you look at a dream and try to use this checklist, this will always feel like a dream because you're not in that now. You're in this making your checklist now. It looks real, it feels real, smells real, the whole sense of real right now. But if you look at what you did yesterday morning and tried to do the real test, yesterday morning isn't real anymore. It's a memory. And this is all that's real. So in that context, the dream, one of the things a dream isn't, is that you're not in it and it's not right now. But if you looked into your dream, let's say it became a lucid dream. In other words, you knew you were dreaming while you were dreaming. Now you're in it. You're not in the physical world. You're in your lucid dream. And you go, wow, what an amazing dream. Well, how do you know it's a dream and not real? Well, this place is not Earth. This is not the Earth plane. This is not the physical world. And these aren't my people. This is not my town. What the hell? A few minutes ago, I was in my bed before I laid down and went to sleep. So I know it's not real because I was in this other place that was very real. And I call that home. I call that local universe. I call that real. So your dream, your lucid dream, is not real. By definition, it's not this other place. So does it feel real? Yeah, it feels real. You can touch it and feel it. A lucid dream, you can really get into it. But what you are not in a lucid dream is fully awake and aware and conscious as you would be in the physical world. There's that essence of being aware that you're aware on a really profound level, like, wow, I am really awake. And you go, you know what? This is real. You'll be in your dream that turned lucid dream, and you go, this is real. So there's something clicks in your head that fits your original definition of real and reality. So now you're in like, oh my God, this is fucking real. Well, how can you tell? You use the same checklist. Well, I can see it, I can touch it, I can feel it. I have memory here. I can think of the past in non-physical realm, just like you can in physical realm. You have full ability to decide and intend things and do things, but the feeling and the visual of it is what makes it real. But another thing about this physical reality is other people are around you agreeing that this exists. If you pulled out of your pocket a pink glowing crystal and you said, look at this physical world, and nobody could see it, you could, and you could feel it. So it's real to you, but not to other people. So it's not, in the context of group setting, it's not real except to you. So 20, 30 people would say, hey, that's not real. That's not fucking real. You're imagining that shit. Well, yeah, you are. But if they were imagining it with you, it would be real by agreement. So that's why agreement is important in this, what is real and what isn't. So when you move into a non-physical realm and there are other beings around and they see you and you see them, and everybody agrees that's a tree right there, and these are buildings and everything's touchy-feely, and you're wide awake and you're here in the now, that out-of-body experience is real. It's not physical, but it's real. So you can touch it and feel it. And it feels very, very like this physical reality, except with more depth of perception. You pick up a little bit of sand and or dirt and you sprinkle it like this and go, you see every little grain and sparkle as it falls. You can look at a leaf or a little piece of grass over there in those worlds when you're wide awake, and you can see all those little fuzzy hairs on grass. And if there's any dew on it, you can see a little dew droplet, and every detail more clearly with the touch and the feel and the smell than this world. And so then you can decide to say, it's real. It's just not physical. But if you choose not to, or you talk to somebody that just won't go there with you, they go, no, it wasn't real. It was it was in your imagination. Okay, because all of reality is. This place is in your imagination. This is a construct of thought that we create with our imagination, with our ability to think and perceive, conceive of things. So that's the short answer.
Good.
Okay, or it's not the long one. No.
Is it better? So now that you've made it clear the difference between the real here and the real there, to answer the question,
Yeah, now it's clear. Now I've got the setup set up. Okay.
yeah, could you explain, like we talk about, it's more real out there and more definition, more details. Could you expand more to that? Because that's what the person was asking. Like, how is it greater and more enhanced out there than here? You know.
Well, you can see the details. I mean, I don't know what else to say. You walk. One time I walked over to a wall. I was in a little town, a little old style Main Street town. It's one building, built right next to the next, and so I'm in this one building, and it's like a hardware store or something. And there's a brick wall, old style brick with cement, the red bricks.
Yeah.
And I go, I wonder if I can push my hand through this, because I knew I was not in the physical world. So yeah, as I start pushing my hand through the brick, I could feel it. It's like if you close your eyes right now and got one of these old bricks from a really old building, you can go, oh, that's a brick. You don't have to see it. You're feeling it, and you're really just feeling the weight and the outside texture. If you it has to do with the feeling and the sense of the textures of things. Let's say you had a bowl of spaghetti and inside were meatballs. Well, you can't see the meatballs and you have your eyes closed. So you stick your hand, and somebody says, okay, what's this? They just had you stick your hand in a fish bowl with a bunch of little fish. And you go, I think I'm in a fish bowl with a bunch of little fish. Okay, next test. You stick your hand in the spaghetti and you go, oh, this spaghetti. And then you feel, what the fuck? Oh, it's a meatball. You sense it. Okay. So I am in a hardware store in a non-physical realm, belief system territory of some sort, out of body experience. And I push against the brick. I can see it. I got my eyes wide open. But then I push through it and I start feeling the insides of the brick, just like feeling the insides of the spaghetti. And then instead of hitting a meatball down there and going, oh, that's a meatball, I'm pushing through this and going, oh, that's cement, like a layer of cement on the outside of the brick, on the outside of the building. I go, oh, wow. And you feel every grain of sand, rock, cement stuff past the brick. And I go, and it's almost like you can see it like dolphin radar or something. Their sonar is like visual for them. And I push through that brick wall, and then there's a little bit of airspace about like this. And I go, oh, there's another wall. And I feel every layer of that wall as I'm pushing through it. And it's almost like seeing it. I go, whoa, and I push my hand all the way through to the air on the other side. So now my hand's sticking out in the other the store next door. If they were over there, they would see my hand going through it. That's the kind of perception you have. And that's just one. It's flying through trees, moving like flying like a bumblebee, bloop, bloop, or a hummingbird, back and forth, up and down, back and forth, doing somersaults in while you're flying. You feel every movement. It's more clear perceptually than what we live day to day in this world. So that's what makes it pretty freaking real.
Yeah. And I like, like I really like all the senses here are like enhanced. Like for me, I have myopia here, so I can't see like far in the distance. And when I'm in newbies, I can see for miles and miles and miles. Which like I love that because I can just go and like there's some like birds in the mountains and like they're gonna be tweeting and stuff. And I'm here like miles away, but I see them and like they're gonna tweet, and then I sort of like can move my consciousness to hear them. Like they're far away, like around me, like I cannot hear that, but I can move my consciousness to hear that. And like looking at my hands, I can look at them like that, but at the same time I can scan every single layer, like the flesh and the cells and like like every single thing. It was like amazing. Or just go underground, like levels up and underground, like you have grass and then dirt and then rocks and like something else or bones or whatever. They can just go layers and layers and layers and just see what's up. So I like it though because like it's super enhanced now all of your abilities. So I feel like it's
Wow.
pretty rad.
Yeah, you have some amazing perceptions over there. Wow. And this would be a good time to share with people, if you haven't figured it out yet. We do offer an out-of-body travel course over at richwest.net, OBE Boot Camp.
Speaking of which, today we have two major things. I think we're starting this is a sale on Soul Conscious course.
Yeah, slash it in half or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's $36.90, more about almost a third of the
And
cost. Yeah.
and so people can answer a question: what do you want to change in your life, and what's your goal in life? Because for those who answer, we're gonna give one of our courses by your choice. So write down in the comments, choose your answers, and we're gonna choose one of you and like give you the course and access and stuff. So good luck.
Okay, let me see. I choke on this. What are you giving away our shit for? The fuck? No. We discussed this. Okay. What's the deal again? There's two questions they got to answer.
Like 2 or 1, like doesn't matter to me. Like
the questions part, that's just bullshit. But how's this bullshit work again? I heard something's free. How's that go? What was the deal again?
Yeah, people are gonna answer some random question and they're gonna get the course by their choice.
Everybody that answers.
No, one of them. Only one of them. Don't worry, only one.
Okay. So
Poor thing. Did I scare you?
Yeah. So it's the answer you like best? Is that the sort of thing? Arbitrary?
No, random answer. Like just people who choose. Of course, if I know that if there's a person who has all of our courses, I'm probably not gonna give it to them.
Yeah. Well, okay. So you just play God, kind of like people answer this random question. The answer you like best, you just pick one.
Not the best. I'll just choose a random person who answers the question.
Are you gonna go like this?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you go, no, not that guy. I hate that fucking guy. No.
Block, block.
Yeah. All seriousness aside. Okay. We're gonna. Where are these questions going to be that they got to ask?
Anyway, they're in the Twitch chat. Yeah.
Where in Twitch? Just anywhere?
I mean, what? Yeah.
Have you put the questions in Twitch chat yet?
No.
If I was one of these people, I'm feeling lucky today. Where are these questions? We don't have any questions. Nobody wins. That's fucked up, man.
I don't know. Those were some shitty rules, so people just can comment and like talk it up, and I'll just choose one of the lucky ones. Fuck the questions.
Yeah. Damn, we didn't think it through. We thought it through, but we didn't.
No, we just mentioned out of the blue in the video on YouTube, and I'm like, oh well, I've mentioned that, so I should do it.
Oh, okay. So, I know. After the live stream, the questions will be Can we put them on Twitch on the live stream somewhere? I mean, text beneath the video.
I don't know.
Damn, people are still going. Well, what's the question? What's the question? We got to figure out where we're going to put them besides just saying.
No, like people are talking in the text chat right now.
Yeah.
Like there's a side text chat where they're chatting it up.
Yeah.
You can turn on Twitch to know where it is exactly.
Yeah, I get that. So you're going to type in the question somewhere.
I can. Okay, yeah. So the first one is like, what course would you like to get?
Oh, go to richwest.net to see what courses are available.
Yeah, like no soul contract. I'll just like write like CC and then OBE bootcamp and then what else? Universal release method.
Yeah.
Entity bootcamp. So that's one. That's one question. The second one is like, I don't know. Do we need a second question?
Yeah. What did you enjoy most in the life? You could ask, what did you hate the most? But that's
well, we're gonna ban everyone after that one. Yeah, so basically 2 questions. People are gonna choose one of the courses they would like and then just say what they like in the stream, and now you enter in the possibility to win the giveaway. And choose like, getting the course of your choice.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Now I want to do another one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Another giveaway. Avila and I, we're not really used to this contribution or tip or donation feature.
Yeah.
But I thought we'd give it a go. If there are any takers, the person who gives us the largest tip, even if it's just $1, we're going to give away a free course of choice.
Do cents sound? I mean, do cents count? Because people are donating cents right now.
Oh, tell you what, fucking people, yeah, fuck. Here's 5 cents. I'll take that for a nickel.
Yeah, like I mean, someone actually donated 5 cents, and like Eddie
Yeah.
donated 5 cents, Techie like donated 1 cent. So
yeah. If 5 cents is the best fucking tip, you win. You get a free course. We'll contact you. We'll call you. Don't call us. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we'll. How do we reach the person that this guy just got a course for a nickel?
Well, I can like write him on like private message.
Yeah.
And just like get into his email and stuff so that I could send this information.
Yeah. So after the live stream, we'll look at whoever donated or tipped, and the one with the highest tip, we will contact you, and you will get the course of your choice. We have the soul contract revocation course, which helps you find the agreements you made before you got here that have basically fucked up your life, and you can revoke those, and you really get some really great changes. And also, it'll break you free of some kinds of entities because we've made agreements with some kinds of entities. We have things in common with them, and we agree to the same things. And so you can revoke those and get rid of some entities. But there's the entity release course that has some techniques on there how to spot and remove entities. And then we have the out-of-body, the OBE boot camp, the out-of-body course, and then we have the universal release course. And I don't. So far, it looks like somebody's going to get one of those courses for a nickel, unless somebody.
No. Like Techie's, like there's the guy who went it for 1 cent. He then also donated like 5 more cents, so we have 6 cents now. That's awesome. Yeah, they sum up. Anyway.
Okay, so we'll be reminding you guys later about this. But yeah, let's move on. Hey, you know what I got to move on to? It's about an hour in. Yeah. I got to get a little more coffee.
Really?
Uh-huh. So how about I take a quickie break? You keep them entertained. And then when I get back, if you need a quickie break, I'll keep them entertained.
Wait. How about I pay you $5 and I go get coffee and you entertain them?
Okay. Actually, it's 10 cents. What's the highest bid? Right,
Right now we have 6 cents.
Yay! Okay, I'll be right back. Okay.
Sure.
And I want to thank all you peoples, for showing up and giving us your time and attention and your questions and your interactions. We love it. Thank you. I'll be right back.
Sure.
I want to watch. How are you going to keep me? I'll put Akbila on the spotlight. She likes
I'll
that.
turn off the video.
Okay. I'll be right back. You want to turn? Can you turn off my video for? No, never mind. You go. What is he?
Just
Is
go
he
and
wearing,
get coffee.
wearing jeans? Nope, not wearing jeans today. That's normal, but not today. Okay, be right back. Take the cup. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So for those who are asking on how to donate, if you have a profile here, then you can just go like scroll down and there's like donation or tip button and you just click on that and like if you have PayPal or credit card, you just choose that. If not, or if you're saving your money, you can donate cents or if you don't want to give us money, just answer 2 questions is which course would you like to choose? Like soul conscious course, UBE bootcamp course, universal release method course, or entry removal bootcamp. And the second one is what do you like about this live stream? So answer the question and you're in a possibility to get the course for free. And yeah, anyway, like I recently started my YouTube channel. I've been making some videos and getting some great wins for myself because like I'm really camera shy. Like the day before I went live, I've actually had a little panic attack. Not a little, like like literally for 30 minutes I had like really big panic attack for myself. So I just had to deal with that and before I went live. So I'm like really glad I just got over that. I don't know, like it rarely happens, but I'm like sort of just using little methods to get through it. Like 5-second rule, which I learned from Mel Robbins. There's also like Tony Robbins and this basic human needs. So I'm always like looking into what do we need, like certainty or uncertainty, or like connection and love, or significance, personal development, or contribution. And there's like lots of ways to make your life better. And I'm also like thinking on like my video making thing. Probably like since I've read Mel Robbins' book, I'll probably just like give it away because I would like to just like start a chain of people like that book helped me change my life for the better, or like gave great tools to like win a lot, and I want others to win as well. So probably like maybe make a video soon on YouTube and just like give a book to a random person, and hopefully after they read it, they will give it to someone else because that would be nice to like start this chain. Uh, and Alex, no, Alex, we haven't answered your question. We actually have gone through like 4 or 5 questions so far, and I'm still like going through the upper questions. And when Rich gets back, we're gonna like go more into that, and then get back to your question as well. Alright, Eddie. Well, so far we have like techies and Eddie competing for the bootcamp, and others have to answer the questions. And yeah, so like what's up, guys? Like, what do you usually watch on our like Rich channel and stuff? Like, what stuff do you usually like? UBE bootcamp. I mean, like not UBE bootcamp, like getting out of body or soul constructs or aliens or some other stuff. Like today, thing that pissed me off was like actually seeing YouTube censoring a lot of people that are into UFOs and aliens, because you just Google UFO. I mean, you go in YouTube search and write down UFO or aliens, and all you're gonna get is footage from Fox News, CNN, BBC, some history channels, and not from smaller people who actually have like some in real life footage. So that sort of like got me. Hello.
Hi. What you doing? Oh man, people can see under my fucking desk. That's not supposed to happen. Well, who cares, right? Gary V makes videos out in front of trash cans, dumpsters.
Yeah. So anyway, we have people competing for the bootcamp, and we can just go into answering questions for a while, and then just get back to them about the courses and giveaways and stuff.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So there's this person who asked like 5 or 6 questions in one sentence.
Nuh-uh. Nope.
So I'll try to break it down in parts. I know how you are, so
Yeah.
I'll break it into parts and ask one by one.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what's the soul contract relation to when you enter this world?
Oh, good one. And if you want to do the soul contract revocation course, you can get it at richwest.net on sale now. Well, very first short period of time, we put it on sale because we were doing this live stream. So yeah, the what was the question again?
What's the soul contract relation to when people enter this world? I mean, incarnate into Earth.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot like imagine you're entering. I don't believe that this is Earth school, but like let's just use this as a metaphor. You're going to enter college. You can't just if you agree to go to college, you're making an agreement with the college or the university, and it's your guidelines for your entire experience at university. You agree to pay them $140,000, and in 4 years they'll give you a fucking piece of paper. What a deal!
Yeah.
But they agree that they will give you an education. They will give you these courses. You give them money. So you're making these agreements, but also you're agreeing to show up for orientation. You're agreeing to take that one fucking class you don't want to fucking take. You'll never need it, but you got to take it. So you've agreed to take the course. You've also agreed that if you don't get good grades, you'll get flunked and you'll have to take the course over, and you're still paying, you're making all these different agreements as guidelines for your experiences in your 6 years of university. And then you go live your life in university and you do all these fun things, but you have to do these certain things. And if you don't do those certain things, you'll get kicked out, or you will your belief systems will tell you if you don't do those certain things, you will not benefit, you will not be successful, you'll feel bad, it won't be worth it. All these different things, these bad things can happen if you don't follow the rules. So in Earth, these soul contracts are like you're making agreements with others that you will do these certain things when you get here. And it's the guidelines through which you live your years of life in Earth School University. That's kind of
Okay. Second question.
uh-huh. Oh,
When people.
sorry, I do this a lot to her. I don't mean to. It's just
Sure.
uh, uh, if you had an issue, um, um, you get the worst college professor ever. He's mean to the students. He flunks most people, and he's just fucking miserable. And you have to get a good grade in this course. So this person that you've agreed to, before you go to university, you've agreed to take this course, for example, and you agreed to accept the professor that they give you, or you have to take this professor whether you want to or not, or you've actually agreed, hey, this is the only guy that does this course. You want to take this course with this teacher? Okay. You've just agreed to that part of your university contract agreement. Okay, same in life. You agree to encounter certain kinds of dicks and assholes, pricks. And so but this is on a very spiritual level. So you can find those agreements doing the soul contract revocation technique. You got an issue with this one professor. You can literally, in real life, you can have a soul contract before you got here on Earth with a college professor or a teacher or a boss, and you literally made an agreement to encounter this person or a person like this and deal with it. And you may even agree to fail or come out loser in your interactions with this individual.
Yeah.
And so these are agreements you've made. They become the guidelines for the way you live your life. And we make agreements on our personality, on the character we will be, like jumping into a computer online game or just a single player game. But you create your character and you go, yeah, I like that character. And then you click agree. And after you click agree, you got to live that avatar character and say you're an orc and you wish you would have chose elf now that you got in the game. But at the time, it seemed like a good idea. So you agreed to be an orc, and now you're all this orc shit you got to deal with that you never imagined it would be so fucking crazy. So here you are being a human, and let's say it's a gender issue. The gender issue, the body you agreed to be in, isn't the gender you had hoped it would be. But you agreed to be a fucking orc. You agreed to be an elf. You agreed to be a man or a woman. And you go, damn. So these agreements, you can spot and you deal with your issues regarding that. No, I'm not going to say how to deal with gender issues with soul contracts. I'm sure you can get some great benefit out of it, but I don't think it's going to do that magic you might be hoping for. I don't know about that part.
I mean,
Anyway,
like people need to be sensible when they're like doing the soul contract work. We had people who got the course for free and they started working with their eye issue, and they asked for a refund for the course they got for free because I can't see well. Your course doesn't work. No, first you need to like, okay, you're tired, you're too lazy, you're not doing anything, like you're not taking your vitamins, you're not doing eye yoga, you're not doing this and this and this and this and this, and after 50 other things that you're not doing, how is it that your eye is going to change for the better if you're not doing anything? So you remove the agreements that, okay, I'm lazy and I don't want to do the eye yoga. I'm too lazy to take vitamins. I don't have enough money to like buy vitamins. And you like remove all those little step by step to get your eyes better. It's not like, oh well, I revoked the agreement that like I can't see well. Why can't I see still? Why still can I see the well? Like it's not gonna change in a moment. So people need to like step by step and like not expect that they have cancer and now they're gonna remove the agreement. Like, okay, I revoked the agreement. I have cancer. It's still there. Fuck, your course is not working. Give me a refund.
Well, lady, you have to buy it first. Not to, but you got to buy it first. We had that happen. Some lady, she got it for free. I forget how, and then she complained about demanding a refund. She forgot she got it for free too. But yeah, you've did you do some soul contract agreement revocation on your eyesight?
Not on my eyesight, but more with my speaking and my throat. Since childhood, I was like really affected by like the negative environment and like lots of life issues and stuff, where I became a person who really closed up and barely talked at all, and I just ended up being a person who barely ever talks. Talking with people online was like mostly through text. Talking out loud was like would make me like really like give me like those little panic attacks, and my throat would hurt like hell, or I would like feel really sick, and that like tons of little issues with me just talking. And just like to come up to someone and like, hey mister, where's the milk in the shop, and for me to get that sentence out, it would like get my heart beating too fast and like I could almost pass out. Like it was that bad. So like it took me like, I don't know, like 6 or 5 soul contract sessions, like with hundreds of agreements in them that I revoked, to actually get to a place where I'm on YouTube right now and I'm making videos and I'm talking to a lot of people. And I'm like, fuck, So that's a huge change for me, like to be able to be more courageous, to talk to people. I don't have that throat thing anymore, or like it kicks in only when I'm super nervous or something happens. But like I've been through my changes, and it took me a lot of efforts to actually get there, but I got there with working on it, not just like doing one little revocation and expecting changes.
Right. Yeah. Good stuff. Good deal. Well, okay. So you can get it on sale now over at richwest.net.
Pretty much.
Of course. But we had some more questions here.
Yeah, I'll tell you that I'll move on because we have a lot of people here talking. So to answer all those 6 questions would be like a big deal. So anyway.
And if you have a burning question you really want us to get to, just give us a tip, at least $1. Okay, these nickel tips, that's a different. But give a dollar or more in a tip, and we will move your question up to the top or something.
Yeah. And just a reminder, we're doing 2 giveaways today. If you want to enter and get one of Richard's courses for free, 2 things you can get it. You answer either 2 questions, basically, which course would you like to get, like Soul Contract Bootcamp, Universal Release Method Bootcamp, OBE Bootcamp, or Entity Bootcamp. And the second question is, what do you like about the stream? So you answer those 2 questions, and I will choose a winner. Second way to do it is actually like throw a little tip donation, and you'll be in the entry, and then the one who gets like bids most, like even $1, like you're in the chances to win. So yeah. Anyway, moving to the next question. Yeah, we have a person called Truth Search One, and he's asking like, can we talk more about shifting consciousness and the ways to do this, or just ways to shift your consciousness?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, we'll define shifting consciousness. It's like, what we mean is shifting consciousness from inside your body, from the perspective of your eyeballs, to anywhere else, and experiencing your environment from this other point from which to view. So you're moving your viewpoint from here to here, and it's not like traveling. It's like more like teleport or instantaneous out here and in here. Yeah. And you can be looking at something in the physical world, or you can shift consciousness and be in a completely non-physical realm, astral plane, belief system territory, or anything like that. So that's consciousness shifting. It differs a little bit from an out-of-body experience. An out-of-body experience, normally people think of having separated from the physical body, and now this is how they can tell they're having an out-of-body experience, because their consciousness moves out of the body. Okay, so that's a very easy to understand out-of-body experience. And if you then travel around in the astral out of body, you can call your out-of-body experience astral projection, because you projected into the astral, or you projected your astral body out of the physical body, and then now in your astral body, having done astral projection, you can astral travel. But if you shift, once you're there, if you shift consciousness from the astral to third density, fourth density, fifth density, some other greater reality system or a belief system territory, even if it has trillions of beings in it, and looks like an entire universe, you've shifted consciousness, like boom, boom. So that isn't the same as astral traveling or astral projection or an out-of-body experience. So there's all these different terms of phrase. It's very handy to get very clear on it. And the best one of all that kind of covers everything is the consciousness shifting. So the way to do that, the essence and the basics of it, is you have to put this body to sleep or put it in a deep trance state while you're staying awake, so that you can let it go, or it can let you go. The body falls asleep and you stay awake, there's a change in the vibrational phenomena of the consciousness that you are, and your astral body, your second body, your energy body, your emotional body, whatever body you are manifesting, superimposed upon the physical. Right now they're a match, and they harmonize, and they're in sync. When the physical body falls asleep and you don't, that it stops being in sync, and it stops harmonizing, and you're able to detach. It's like the electrical, like almost like magnetic electrical phenomena. It goes from very magnetic attraction to not so much, and then you can move. This would be out of body that way. You can move your second body out of the first body. But the other way to do it is, the physical body falls asleep, you're wide awake, and you're going, oh, I'm experiencing sleep paralysis. And the vibrations, that's the vibrational phenomena of the synchronization between your astral or your second body changing from the first vibration. Then all of a sudden it get real quiet. And now you're in a you're out of phase with the physical body and the physical world, and you're like aware, conscious, and you may or may not be able to see anything because you may or may not have your spiritual eyes open. But if you do, you'll look around and you'll see the environment. It'll probably be the etheric or real-time double or the astral plane, depending on what your vibration is in the moment while you are laying in your physical body, but in the astral plane. And then you can start lifting body parts. And if you roll out, then you're having a separation technique of separating from the physical. So we don't technically would call that consciousness shifting. But what you can do instead is like, oh my gosh, I'm here. I would like to go to wherever you plan that you have planned to go, or imagine going somewhere, and then you can literally like teleportation. You teleport into another belief system territory, and you can do that with just thinking, imagining. Just like imagine a beautiful paradise city, for example. Once you've got body asleep, spirit awake, beautiful paradise city. As your consciousness, you're not going anywhere. You're not moving in or out of a body, and you're not projecting. But what is happening is you're shifting consciousness and focus and awareness from the physical body on the astral body in the room around you. And it's as easy as imagining it, right? And your consciousness, as it focuses in on this 3D holographic, very real, vivid looking place, that consciousness is drawing out of your physical world and physical body, and it's being filled with, you're becoming very conscious of this non-physical realm, and you've shifted your consciousness. It's that simple. I mean, I've said it the long, complex way, but it's that simple. You've just stopped being conscious of one realm and you become conscious of another realm or environment. And that's a consciousness shift. And if you do it fully, the entire essence that you are is no longer, none of it is focused on the physical. So you're not in the physical body or the physical world. You are fully conscious. And it was like instantaneous, and you didn't travel anywhere. It was just a thought, and it's consciousness shifting. And you can travel the multiverse this way, fast as in light, fast as thought. That's my take on it. Akvila, over to you. Have you ever consciousness shifted in this way, or do you have any other definitions for consciousness shifting? And this is me asking more than one question at once.
There we go. Well, like, the way that happens for me, and I do it a lot, and even like being fully wide awake here, is that like the places that I've visited, like it has part of me still there. Like, so wherever I walk to, been to, like seen in person, like my consciousness can shift there and be that place. So for example, right here, right now, I'm sitting and talking with you, and we're doing a live stream, and at the same time, if I close my eyes or keep it open, but I just concentrate on the specific place, I can place myself in LAX airport, or like the budget car, budget rental car, and different places I've been to, and I can like feel the weather and have all the perceptions and see people going in cars and stuff, and like for me that's really like in here, and it's pretty real. So that's like on Earth, like I can just move my like consciousness there and see things. But also like in OBE, or like when I got go out of body and stuff, I just like can shift my consciousness by simply like putting myself or my awareness to another body and another being and another plane or a realm, and just travel a lot like that. I mean, like there's lots of ways, but it's a little thing like that.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. That's an amazing ability. So yeah, what she said.
And we also had a person who did like over $1. So yeah, just
The
yeah,
winner so far. Yay.
yeah. I think it's like Mr. Han or something. Like I didn't catch his name, but yeah, just
Thank you
saying.
very much.
Yeah. So anyway, one of the questions is: are there alien species who don't even need or want to reproduce?
Alien species that don't need or want to reproduce?
Yeah.
Probably. I've never met them, but it's like this reproduction thing, this whole subject, it's a physical universe phenomena, but it also goes in a next plane out, like we could call it the fourth density reality. They're into genetics and putting people and life on different planets. That's the big game. Create life, biological life. And so it's all this DNA and experimenting and tweaking. And it's all about creating better bodies that have more, you can do more with it. You know, a bigger brain gives it more ability than something with a little mouse brain. Have more logical thinking processes, more analytical, just all kinds of things you can do, and different kind of fingers and sizes and shapes. And then there's the whole the feelings, the perceptions, pineal gland, third eye, psychic ability, the ability to move in and out of your physical body at ease. On a body chemistry level, there's the brain produces DMT, and the pineal gland plays a huge part in the ability to get out of body or consciousness shift. So that's your interface working with the physical body. So these physical bodies are very important to beings who want to incarnate into the physical universe. So do they want to reproduce bodies? Oh yeah, you can never get enough bodies. And the better the bodies, the better the deal. It's this whole, everybody wants more, they want better, then they want faster. Okay, so in the physical universe experience, it's a predatory universe. It's a dual terminal universe, is duality, based on duality, good, bad, right, wrong, hot, cold, and life, death, and control and domination over being free and liberated. And again, duality, being more and more awake and conscious and knowing, versus being less and less awake, more unconscious and less knowing. And so there's basically two sides to this in the control and domination game, just throughout the universe. Those who would like to control and dominate other beings, and those other beings who would like to enlighten and liberate all beings. So that makes it the game that the physical universe is. And within that context, what the dark, we just call them light and dark side, the dark ETs are into the control and domination of the physical body beings, their physical forms, but they're also working it on the second level, the next universe out, the mental and the emotional aspect of humanity and the spirit. So they want to control and dominate the mind, the body, and the spirit. And in this physical world, one of the easiest ways to do it is to control the physical body. Okay, and they do it with all kinds of drugs and traps and seductions and addictions and all this sort of thing. While on the other hand, we're trying to free ourselves from this kind of control and addiction and seduction and mind control and all this. So within this context, part of it is winning, being in control of the physical bodies. And there are a lot of beings that outside this universe that want to play games in this universe, life games. So they need a body, they need to incarnate. Some of them, a lot of them are going to be human forms, but there's a lot of non-human extraterrestrial life forms that also have great brains and the great ability to interface. The being can interface through the physical body into the physical world to either control and dominate or to help free and liberate. So it's always more bodies, more important. So reproducing bodies, very important, big deal. And the human body is particularly attractive and desirable because a lot of non a lot of extraterrestrials, whether human or non-human, have been experimenting and developing and tweaking the human DNA and the human bodies to get the best they can get out of it for whatever they want, for the awakening and the freedom thing, or for the dumbing down and controlling and dominating. So yeah, reproduction, big deal.
Yeah, it's a thing. So you've talked about DMT, and we also have people wondering, like, what's your opinion about on DMT?
I believe that well, it's produced by the brain, and it helps with the psychic phenomenon, the abilities, and getting out of body, and all this stuff. But and so there's a lot of ways you can get DMT by mushrooms and psychedelic drugs and plants and different things. But I believe that all the plants and the herbs and everything within the food chain of humanity that would give the body a little bit of DMT here and there, generation after generation after generation, like a supplement. I believe that the dark forces have been doing their best to kill, destroy, or make illegal any sources of natural DMT that would get into our food chain. And done on purpose, because if they can diminish the DMT intake, they could theoretically diminish the ability of the body or the brain to produce its own DMT so that we can start getting out of body. Because keeping us in these bodies or unaware and not remembering our out of body experiences, that's one of the big ways that the dark forces are using to control and dominate humans on Earth. It's this DMT thing. It's a lot like somebody decided that the dark forces, super rich, power elite, and just those that run things, they decided that they don't want humanity to have vitamin C or iron in their food chain, just to weaken us some way. So they just pick a supplement, a vitamin that is essential to our bodies, and do what they can to, whatever plants produce that, make it illegal. And so you won't be able to get it. So that's just a theory, but I believe it. I don't, I haven't done anything to like enhance my DMT production, like with mushrooms or something.
Right.
But I do believe that that our bodies aren't getting enough natural DMT in our systems. That's my thoughts.
Yeah. For me, like I guess I had a little bit, like DMT, because like I used the cannabis tea and cannabis oil. So like for me, it's really usual like that I will get out of body every night, and the only change I've noticed that after like drinking DMT, I mean like cannabis tea or like taking the oil with my salad or whatever, like a little bit, but I will like get more into like being more awakened and everything's like more real or probably gonna last longer, But
Mm-hmm.
I haven't used anything too big that like get me going.
Yeah, right. You don't need to, huh? You're a natural.
Well, yeah, like, and I'm lucky because like I live in an environment where it's not too toxic. Like, without the electromagnetic radiation, we don't have like 5G towers yet and stuff, and other things where they just try to fuck up people in every possible way. So still pretty good, like with my pineal gland and stuff.
Yeah, it's very natural over there. What percentage of your country is trees?
70, I guess. 70 or
70%
so.
trees. I love
Yeah.
that. It's beautiful. Oh, about 5G towers, just a quickie sideways on 5G towers. Bad idea, right? Bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard that there are the deep state with that technology, have some very evil plans with that 5G. But there's a good 5G, a non-dangerous 5G. And Trump's on top of that. Trump and the good guys, the white hats, they're on top of that. And so when Trump says he's for 5G and rolling out 5G, he's not talking about the dangerous shit. It's like the fission and fusion reactors. One's friendly, one's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like there's two kinds of 5G. And when Trump says thumbs up on 5G, he's talking about the good stuff, not the dangerous, toxic stuff. How the hell would I ever know if that's true or not? It's a story. I like that one better than any other. And I'll keep my ears open for more information one way or the other. But I'm going with it. I like to be optimistic about that.
Yeah. And like I really hope he's changing it, because I read like an article today where there's like a cell tower near school, and I'm not sure if it's like 5G or just like a usual one. But like 5 kids in school got cancer right away, and they're in the hospital in a like critical condition. Just from that thing being there, and like people like researchers and then saying like no way, like those who work with electromagnetic radiation and stuff, they like I would no freaking way let my kid work like be in that school. So
Yeah, good. Public awareness.
yeah.
You know. Yeah.
And yeah, we have like more questions. Walt, our usual user on YouTube and stuff, is asking, are our planets real or are they just holograms?
Mm. Those we just see those zoom in photos of our planets, and they don't get real crystal clear. They get kind of wobbly and wavy. Good question, man. This has to do with that whole subject of flat Earth and the dome. Is that what's going on, or are we seeing real stars? Now, I don't know, man. Are they holograms? Well, there's holograms and holograms. It's like this physical body is like a hologram, but then there's more like the technology that advanced technology. They create a hologram in the sky of a big city floating over China, or a hologram of an army tank sitting on the hill, and it's not really an army tank. It looks real. So are those stars actually holograms? I don't know. I believe that there are real stars and real planets that are round globes. But I'm not sure if we're on one. I don't know. One whole side of the argument in the story is that, well, of course, Earth goes around the sun and the moon goes around the Earth, and we spin and see the stars, the star field, and all this grand stories about the galaxy and galactic civilization and ETs and all stuff. I love that story. I'm going with it. Now, with all that said, I'm also seeing that people, surveyors and university professors and stuff, they get out there and they actually measure the straight line with a laser, super powerful laser, 14 miles or 100 miles away or something, and they're not measuring any curvature, and it's very, very well done experiments, time and time again. Just light towers, these, what do they call them? Signal light towers. Can't think of the name right now. For ships, there's
Yeah.
land here. Don't run into the,
You mean the lighthouses?
yeah, that's it. Lighthouse. Duh. And you can see those like from 100 miles away. You're not supposed to be able to do that if the Earth curves.
Yeah.
And there's all this about plane travel and gyroscopes. I looked into all that stuff. I'm going, and I look around. I go, it looks flat to me. All these little experiments that we can do are coming out flat. And the only thing we're getting for round is somebody telling us it's round. And our logical thinking. You look up at the sky and go, how could that possibly be not real? How could that possibly be holograms?
Yeah.
But yeah, it could be. It could be that there is a real universe out there with round planets and suns and stars and galaxies and all that, and civilization. Yet we are under a dome. It would theoretically be possible. I have a few issues with that argument, but I have a few issues with the other argument too. I'm on that fence, man. I don't fucking know. So yeah, it could be. Those could be holograms. I don't know.
Yeah, like some people talk that like the moon is a hologram or the sun is a hologram, and then you see like experiments in China, like the whole holographic city in the sky. What's that all about? There's like
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in Sweden, I guess, where they had like Nazi bell-shaped like spaceships flying in the sky for a moment. Just different things, but doesn't look nice. And I feel like they're just testing out their little technology. Like we don't know about their major stuff. It's not being shown to the public.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus, you hear like Chinese wanting to get the artificial moon in the sky, or the Japanese wanting to build a tower to the moon. Like they keep talking, but who knows what they're gonna do.
No, good stuff.
Anyway, we have more questions, and one of them is like, how are vibrations and energy body related to astral snags? Meaning the loss of vision, not being able to move, etc.
Oh, the okay. So you're laying in bed in your physical body, and your astral body or second body is superimposed. They're one and the same. Okay. So you do the vibrational tricks. If you can get the vibrations going, what is happening is your physical body is falling asleep, and you are able to stay awake while it falls asleep. So you don't want to be doing a lot of analytical thinking while you're trying to relax the body and let it fall asleep, because your analytical thinking is beta vibration, and your sleep is going to be uh, theta, alpha, theta, and delta. So no thinking, quiet mind while you're laying there, not moving. The body falls asleep and you stay awake, you get the vibrations going. Now, that's your astral body's vibration relative to your physical body's vibration. But there's also your emotional vibration. What kind of being are you? Are you a loving, decent kind of being, or are you kind of mean and selfish? So that vibration, that's your intention or your spiritual nature vibration, different from your physical vibration, different from your astral body's vibration. But it plays in, it's like a symphony. Different instruments, you might say, vibrate at different things, and they give you the total feel and experience of your concert. So your vibration in this way, if it's a loving, great vibration, you're going to manifest yourself consciousness shift into a light vibrational belief system, territory, or realm. And if you're getting out about experiences and you're landing in these icky places too much, it's not that you're not getting your astral body's vibration changed. You're doing that right, because you're getting able to separate from your physical, but your spiritual vibration needs a little attention. It's not a bad thing to land in a dark place, because you can learn a lot about dark places by being in them, and you could even be doing it intentionally, yet sort of subconsciously, but from that perspective, to your benefit on purpose, like your greater will.
Yeah.
You want to get into these weird places just to understand them. But if you're going in there too much and you feel like that's all you ever do is you end up fighting other entities and seeing dark and scary shit, you need to what you can do is practice your spiritual vibration and your essence all here. And you can do that with the soul contract revocation stuff, because that will be affecting you. You know, you've agreed to be the kind of person you are with the kind of vibrations you have. And you've agreed to be at this vibration that will take you into a dark place, or, you know, in there with a lot of icky entities. Or you've agreed to, you know, be free of that and allow yourself to go into these higher, lighter vibrations where it's beautiful and sunny and there's music in the air and loving people and beautiful cities and fun and friends. So there's that. Now the part about the vibration where you can't see, sometimes you'll make the shift in consciousness and your physical body, your astral body is still in the physical. So there's that proximity. And the physical body can affect your astral body's vibration because it's so close. It's like a magnet here and a magnet here. If they're real close, they're really affecting each other. You get them further away and not so much. So you can be in your physical body, in your astral body, your physical body's asleep, you're awake, and you're kind of, you can't open your eyes. I've done that before. I was like, oh, what the hell? And it's just, if you just get away, if you can roll out of your body and walk around with your eyes closed a little bit, and then work on getting your eyes open, that can help. But the part about the other part of the whole vibration thing is you're in your astral body and the physical body. You've got the vibrations. They've come, they've gone, and you've had a vibrational out of phase phenomena happen. Yet you're stuck in your physical body. Okay. You just need to, well, okay, here, you can be starting to float out, but your ankles are stuck in your body, or you start to float out and your head's stuck in your physical body. And so you're almost out. Well, there's a vibrational match between your physical and your astral body at the neck or the head. And so so you need to do more vibrational work to get a greater variance of vibrations between your physical and your astral head. And that's the trap or the stickiness there. And it might be in your ankles. So there's different kinds of energy work you can do while in the physical body, like Tai Chi, Qigong, or just visualization energy work like Robert Bruce has a lot of that. And it helps you clean the energy flows in these different parts of your body where you are sticking in your physical body. So this can help you release and not stick to your physical.
Yeah. Good.
Do you have any about that?
Well, you've said most of it.
Okay.
And like, how are you feeling? Or do you still want to answer more questions, or like, should we start wrapping it up? Like, where are you at?
We can go at least another 10 minutes and we'll check again at about at noon. Yeah.
Sure. So, what are your thoughts about the Orient Empire and the Divine Feminine Queen that Wes Penry talks about?
Okay, Wes Penry, if you don't know, he's got a great website with a lot of this kind of spiritual stuff. And I'm not saying I'm on board all the way, everything he says I agree with, but so much of it, I really appreciate his research, and I've learned a lot from reading his stuff, and a lot of his stuff, it agrees with what I already knew and what I understand and know. So good stuff. So The divine feminine, I get the concept. I don't really have an opinion. I don't really think about it too much. I do believe that this whole patriarchal man God thing is pretty much bullshit and contrived. I think there's more to it than, the man God, the Jehovah of the Christian religion, or Allah of the Muslims. I don't think it works that way. So the divine feminine is a thing. Yeah. Yeah. And if you've got the divine feminine, there's going to be the divine masculine. Because if you have a feminine, you're going to have a masculine, because that's how they define one another. And that's an arbitrary. That's pretty special to this physical dual terminal universe of polarity and opposites. That too is a thing. It's not a good thing or a bad thing, because good and bad are dichotomies. They are opposites. They are polarized, and they define each other. But yeah, how's that for a really long way of saying I don't fucking know? I don't have an answer to that.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah. But I like Wes Penry's stuff. I respect him and appreciate his work.
Yeah, and like we talk about feminine and divine, and I mean the masculine and divine, and like it reminds me of one of the earlier questions we talked about, where like beings need to reproduce and stuff, and like in my UBs, like 90% of the time I've meet beings that don't have the sex. I forgot the word. It's like neither the female, neither the male.
Androgynous.
Androgynous. Like I need to look it up and write it up so that I would remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the most beings that I meet, and they're androgynous. Like they don't have like that. And the interesting thing about it is like they usually will have like tubes where they like grow another like body, and like when it's fit, when it's old enough, the conscious will move in and they will have the shape and stuff. So it's like pretty neat, like to see them like being in just different.
Wow.
It's a little thing to share. Anyway, like the artist is my friend. He's asking like well, not asking. He's like saying a thing, but so since UBs are still too bit advanced for him, what are your suggestions and tips for getting a lucid dream at least?
Oh, okay. Yeah. A lucid dream, you want to know you're dreaming when you're dreaming. So one pretty classic trick is to um, walk around during the day and ask yourself if you're dreaming. Is this a dream? If it's not a dream, how can I tell? And if you do this enough during the day, during the week, during the next 3 weeks or a month or so, this habit can carry over into your dream world. That's just one of several kinds of tricks. Another one is change when you go to sleep. Go to sleep earlier, an hour and a half earlier. And let's say you normally go to bed at 10:30. Go to bed at 8. Now, then make yourself wake up at about 11 or 11:30. Because normally by 11 or 11:30, you're really asleep. Now you go to sleep early and you're really shaking up your normal sleep pattern. What you're doing is you're shaking up, you're normally asleep spiritually while your physical body's asleep. So you want to break that habit, that cycle, just that routine. So you can go to bed early and then make yourself wake up about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Well, there's different strategies, just different times you can wake yourself up. But one is wake yourself up about, an hour and a half after you would normally go to sleep. So if you normally go to bed at 10:30, 11:30, midnight. So you could go to bed at 8 and wake yourself up at midnight. So you broke both those habits. And what can happen is you can wake up spiritually without waking up the physical body. The other way to do it is you wake up at midnight, you get up, you stay up for about 45 minutes or so, then go back to sleep. And then intend to wake up in about another few hours. There's lots of different strategies for that. But basically what you want to do is be awake when your physical body's asleep, and you can start programming yourself while you're awake to do things like that.
Neat. And related subject, for people who are going out of body or trying, like astral projection and stuff, and when they wake up, they see that creepy entity. Well, how do you avoid that?
I don't know if it's a question of avoid that. It's like, how do you go outside when it's raining real hard without an umbrella and avoid the rain? I don't know if that's the right question. Let me see. Let's put it. I get what you're asking, and I'm sure there's ways to avoid it. The way I would come at it is when my physical body goes to sleep. Well, these entities, you're going to encounter them when you let your physical body fall asleep and you stay awake. You normally will feel, not always, but normally feel the vibrations, and they will stop. And you will still be wide awake, and your body will be in sleep paralysis mode. In other words, you will be out of phase with your physical body, so you can't feel it or control it. So it's called sleep paralysis. But you're not in the same dimension or density or plane anymore. So now you're laying in your bed, it's very quiet, and now you shifted into another plane. If you encounter entities at this time, it's because your spiritual vibration is at that low vibrational level. Okay? And the other one is that you have agreements. You've agreed to allow or interface or interact with these dark entities. And that's where that soul contract revocation course come in very handy, which, by the way, highest bidder can get that if they want. And it's on sale today too. But back to the question, what you can do is program yourself or do your vibrational work or spiritual work and focus on more love and loving things, and give yourself affirmations, or more like intentions, to meet loving, kind people when I shift densities, or when I go into sleep paralysis. I will. So you do this prep work, so to speak. There's other kinds of prep work you can do too, which is on the out of body, the OBE boot camp course.
Yeah.
There's a lot of preparation techniques that aren't normal separation techniques. That they will prepare you to help you get out of body, to help you have a higher vibration when you get out, and all that sort of thing. So, yeah.
All right. Well, talking about soul contracts. Well, won't there be any consequences after you break the soul contract?
No, it's like, well, there'll be good consequences. It's like buying a car from a used car salesman, and you ask him these questions, and he lied to you about the car. It's a stolen car. You got fake papers and everything, and you made the contract, you signed the contract, and later you find out, hey, this is a stolen car. We're not obligated to uphold a contract when we went into the agreement when the other side was deceptive or lying or cheating or just being a con about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay to break the contract. Hey, nah, not doing it. Done.
Yeah.
Like that.
And I guess like the only side effect people can get from that is being cocky, because now they're winning a lot in life, and they're like getting rid of their case, and they can be more of themselves.
Yeah. I start cussing more on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in your YouTube comments, we had the question regarding the savior complex in religions. What are your thoughts on that?
The savior complex. The savior complex would be a person that would be think they are the savior. I guess that's what the savior complex would be. What I think of that is implants, electronic implants in past lives, between lives, where the person is being messed with. Like Joe Blow, uh, let's say Joe Blow and about 1,000 other soldiers, they lose the war, and physical form or after they die, they can get caught up by the archon types, ETs, extraterrestrial. And the ETs in the non-physical realm can be physical humans, or they can be reptilian or grays, just anything at all.
Yeah.
But they are they will implant populations of planets, thousands at a time. And so they can implant everyone, or select a few hundred or a few thousand, with the savior complex, and basically hypnotize and program the guy to think he's the savior. And he can actually be a mouthpiece for the dark forces, spewing out a particular religion or philosophy that will get masses of people in the physical body,
Yeah.
masses following a particular religion. And he's running around being the savior, believing he's the savior. And it can be due to electronic implants. And we just load it in. You are the savior. You are the one. You're the chosen one. You're this. You're that. You're special. And then when he's born, these ETs can abduct him or trigger memories, feeling states, euphoria, you know, all these things that will make this guy, empower this guy to be that mouthpiece for a religion. And they'll run around and be that savior. And it's a savior complex.
Yeah.
That's my understanding. I'm not saying there aren't real people that are really honest, loving people, and they saved everybody. Duh. What do you call them? Savior. So, but there's a lot to it. It gets very religious very fast, and religions get very much into indoctrination and manipulation, control of masses very fast. And they're often, if not always, connected with a higher agenda, an extraterrestrial or an extra dimensional agenda by very conscious, aware beings that know what they're doing with religion. They're controlling the thoughts and beliefs of the masses.
Yeah. All right. Now we have a few questions, and Alex is asking is the whole stream going to be on YouTube? And the answer is yes. We're going to upload it all, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
we might. Yeah, some of it will be. I think we'll upload the whole thing in one, but we'll also we'll chop it in little pieces, different
yeah, I think
questions.
so.
And some of the more ranty stuff at the beginning might be on her channel, Rich in a Mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and one more question from Eddie. He's asking, is there anything that can prevent someone to get out of body?
Oh yeah, there are things. There's a lot of do's and don'ts. Some things they can just prevent you, and some things will work against you, but won't in itself prevent you. And so if you don't do those things that can work against you getting out, your chances are much better. And so there's a list of those things. And you can say, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, this, and this, and it will increase your chances. Okay. So let me say it like that. Okay. So don't watch too much TV. Don't watch any television or videos or movies except the bare minimum. If you really, really want to work getting out of body, don't go watching YouTube. Don't do a Netflix binge. Don't be written videos. Don't be watching movies or television. None of that stuff. Or even be online or on your device for very long.
Yeah.
Because that stimuli, that visual stimulus, it's like you're eating, but vision. So when you go to sleep at night, you're not hungry for visual. So that's part of it, and it also affects your brain chemistry and all that. So don't be watching too much TV or monitors. don't eat meal late at night. Probably stop around, 6, like eat at around 6 or 6:30, because the later you eat, the more of your energies are going to be used for digesting the food, and this is going to impair your ability to get out. Uh, uh, Turn off all electrical devices around your space and stay away from electromagnetic field radiation of all kinds. Smart meters are a big thing that can prevent you or affect your ability to get out.
Yeah.
Utility meters. Uh, so unplug everything. Modems uh, and your Wi-Fi, turn that off. Stay away from it. If you go into a mountain retreat for a few weeks, just be with nature. This will help a lot. Stay away from high tension wires and cell phones and all that stuff, and various lights, different kinds of lights. New kind of light is toxic. Light in light bulbs, there's healthy light bulbs, and there's a lot of this free energy, are this energy saving light bulbs, these little curly ones.
Yeah.
They're really bad for you. uh, Things that could prevent you from getting out of body. um, Another one is your belief systems. You believe, people can have an out of body experience and not believe it, and they don't have it. Another thing is you can have an out of body experience and not remember. Just like you forget your dreams, you can forget your out of body experiences after you have them. So it's not so much a prevention technique as a oops, didn't know I had one.
Yeah.
Also, certain vibrational foods better to stay away from, while other vibrational foods, higher vibration stuff, will help you get out more. Another thing that can prevent you from getting out is fluoride in the water, because it'll affect your, for various reasons, but one, it'll affect your pineal gland and cause it to calcify. Uh, and another one that can prevent you or affect your ability to get out is all this chemtrail toxic stuff in the chemicals and the jets spew out. So if you live in a city or an area with a lot of chemtrailing, this can affect your ability to get out. And eating GMO, too much GMO food can do it too. So,
Two
what was
things.
that?
Uh, yeah, I have a lot, but like we have Astral Guy 21. He donated $10. We have True Surge Girl. She donated $15. So we're getting competition going for the courses. And yeah, regarding the UBC, like I can talk about what prevents it, but let's probably move into the positive, like what will help you out to get out of body and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And you've mentioned certain vibration foods, and there's a lot of people in my circle, especially like on my YouTube channel, who are practicing just staying away from meat and dairy products. And I'm not saying like everyone has to do it. Like please watch what's best for your body. Like for example, my body cannot take dairy products, but I'm not gonna be like don't drink milk and do that. Like everyone finds their own stuff. But like you say, staying away from the one vibrational food and like picking something better, like going into fruits and veggies. And a lot of people on my channel are like talking about huge wins with that. Just changing the diet and like keeping it for a month, and they're getting out of body a lot now. It's like whoa, that like actually helped. So that's one. Dr. Morse, if anyone knows him, he's a lot into health stuff, and he's eating lots of oranges and no meat products or something, but mainly oranges. He's getting out of body a lot. Like he like shares it and how it's working, how it helps. And also like regarding your diet, the vitamin B6, melatonin, and nootropics like Zeta XR will have the right chemicals for your body to improve brain memory and other things that will help you to get out or at least remember what you experienced. Uh, Other things that I like is, like reading books, drawing, listening, or playing music will stimulate your brain into creativity. So it's gonna get you ready. And when you go to sleep, you still have your creative mind going, and it's gonna get you ready into creating the world when you get out, or when you dream, or all that. And there's more, but you probably have some.
Yeah, I'll say a few more, and you can say a few more.
Sure.
Oh, by the way, I want to do this other a special. Okay, and it's only going to be you guys that are hearing it right now. This isn't. It's not on the website, and all that. But I'm gonna do like a half price on OBE boot camp. It's just like just for the next day or two, just for this a half price OBE boot camp. I think it's $36.90. I think the price is 72 or some change right now. But yeah, but here's how to get that special link to get it at this special price is just write to Akvila or I in an email. Say, hey, I heard about the half price on OBE boot camp during the live stream Twitch, and then we will send you a special link that will get you the OBE boot camp at that price.
There
So
you go.
we're talking about OBE boot camp right now. Hey, man, when I would give shit away today.
That's the way. So anyway, what would be your 2 tips for people who want to get a body?
Oh yeah. Oh, this a little more of what she said about Robert Morse. He's on YouTube. Just do Robert Morse, Dr. Robert Morse. He's got tons of videos, and he's very into natural eating, and he heals people with cancer and just all kinds of crazy shit. But he's good. He did a kind of a research thing. What would happen if he just ate oranges for like 3 months? He said he was getting out of body so much, the vibration in the oranges were getting him out so much, it was hard for him to stay grounded. Wow. And I go, I remember sometimes that late at night I drank orange juice, just, and I got out that same night. I go, I wonder if that's connected. Probably.
Yeah, like I've noticed, like speaking on with oranges, like after listening to Dr. Robert Morris, I've been eating oranges like more often, and I have like a whole bag of them, and like I eat them like almost every day. So my UBs like they get even more often, and if I can get out of body every night, then while I add oranges into my diet, I can get like twice or 3 times a night, and that's like whoa, like pretty good. So for me, like I'm winning with that.
Yeah.
For people who have allergies to oranges, please don't do this. But anyway,
and email. You can contact me or Agvila. I'm at starquest2005 @yahoo.com. It's STARQWEST 2005 yahoo.com. And Agvila is Agvilasava @yahoo.com. AKVILESAVA @yahoo.com. And that's for that special on the OBE bootcamp thing today. You guys don't. Okay, so yeah, more of this thing about out of body. I had a whole bunch a second ago, and they just kind of come and go.
Well, like your 2 first tips that comes. What would you do? Like 2 first things you would do if you wanted to get out of body.
There's dream journaling. Start keeping a dream journal. But people say, "Hey, Rich, I keep a dream journal. I didn't get out of body." It's not the only thing.
Dream journal helps with the memory. Like you might be getting out of body a lot, but you don't remember that. So dream journal will help you to be more aware of what happened, and you will have the memory.
Yeah. The other one that is really, really helpful is, like you said, read these books. Like a lot of these are out of body books. And so I was really into doing it. I wanted to get out a whole lot. I would read some stuff. You put your attention on the story of some guy's out of body experience, and you're literally tuning in to that higher vibrational reality realm. And that's what you want to do. You want to think about it and focus on it. Very, very law of attraction, like in that way. Also, doing hemisync or binaural beats. Very important stuff. And meditate, quiet mind stuff is very, very helpful. And Robert Monroe's technique in that blue book right there, Journeys Out of Body, he has a technique in there. And that's the first technique I used that got me out. Also, I'm having an out of body experience right now. What you did it 100 or 200 times? What was the?
Yeah, I'm having UBE right now. Like UBE for short of out of body experience, but I've wrote like a
Well,
few thousand times. Like I have like several pages going.
yeah, this is way back when she first met during my first UBE boot camp training thing. It's when I met her about almost 7 years ago now.
Yeah.
And she, I have a little assignment, 100 times, because that's what I did, and that helped me get my first out of body experience from the technique that was in that book, Robert Monroe's technique. But anyway, do it 100 times. How many times did you do that?
Over 1,000.
And look at her now.
Yeah.
Now she's like,
I mean, like, I was always a hardcore student on your course, like doing everything like too much. But another thing, like, we have the dream journal, and people can actually keep the fake dream journal or UBI journal. And basically,
oh,
that's where you will write down your fake UBI that you've experienced, and you just basically get your mindset ready that you're gonna experience that. So you like create and make your mind believe that you can get out, you did get out, and now you're ready. And next time you lay down in bed and you just bam, might work.
yeah. Another thing that can help is doing release work, releasing your fears or your negative or limiting
Exactly.
beliefs.
We have comments saying that's the same thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, what are your recommendations on releasing your fears?
Mm. Um, I think I do the soul contract uh, technique on the fears before the universal release technique. Kind of do them both. Either one
Yeah.
will help. But I actually wanted to see if releasing soul contracts agreements or revoking them would help me get out of body. Now I'm not a natural. I don't get out every night unless I'm. Even if I work hard at it, I don't get out every night. But I don't get out unless I work at it. Ogvila, she's a little different.
Yeah, like I probably worked enough and got myself ready to where I don't have to work anymore, and I can get out a lot. The only thing like where it doesn't work is like when life gets harder with emotional and psychological stuff. When like there's a lot of stress and negativity, then it's like it gets my mindset different, and like I'm more downgrounded to the physical because I'm like connected to with all the issues and stuff, and like that keeps me like from going anywhere. But like another thing, like for people who want to get out of body, if they can get away from the negativity or like a lot of worrying and stuff, and just calm down and just take care of themselves psychologically, mentally, like emotionally. Just be away from all this stuff and just be with yourself and feel more like happier or like at least safe. That alone will have your mindset into you're not that so like you're not that connected to the physical world, so you have more chance of getting out.
Yeah, yeah. So I did this experiment. Let me try this. Let me use some soul contract revocation techniques to see if it will help me get out of body. So I'm just laying in bed at night because once you learn how to do the soul contract stuff, it's 14 questions, 14 things you do, one after the other. Once you pick out your issue and you've oh well, yeah, I agree that it's hard to get out of body. I agree this. I agree that I don't want to put that much work into it. I agree that it's not, your shit, your garbage about the subject, right? So you just kind of rattle that off, and then you go, well, I'm revoking this agreement. I cancel it. I don't agree. Blah blah blah. The technique. So I laid there in bed one night, and I go, let me try this. I revoked these agreements on getting out. That same night, I got out twice. I had weed, and then woke up, and then later in the morning, I got out again. And then a few weeks later, let me try that again. And I did soul contract revocation on my get out of body issues, and I got out again. Now, I'm not saying it's going to work every fucking time. I'm not that optimistic, but it did work. It worked twice. So that's the thing you can do.
Yeah.
And I used universal release method. I'd like to do a research thing on this sometime. Using the universal release technique that you can get over, I don't know if it's on sale. Well, what's it? Could be a freebie. Yeah,
Could be,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But uh, I got out in less than 3 minutes. I think it was 90 seconds. I I go, hey, this is in 1993. I'm I just uh, I just finished basically creating the universal release technique back then, and so I go to take a nap, I said, you know, let me see if I can just release the physical universe or release my physical body, release physical consciousness. Yeah, let me do that. So I laid down. I know all the questions because I created the damn thing. So I'm just laying there with my eyes closed. Uh, to let go of physical world. I don't remember what my item. I'm still kicking myself for not remembering the exact item I released, but it's something in that area. Could I? Can I let go of um, being physically conscious? Sure. Okay. What might be some of the reasons for being physically conscious? I don't know. Blah blah blah. Anyway, in less than 90 seconds, I noticed I was asking myself the next question while I'm looking at an old car, a '57 Chevy Classic, parked out in a field. I'm sitting on my butt right next to the car, bright as sunny. And I was laying in bed in a dark room, but all of a sudden I'm asking the next question. It's just fluid consciousness shift.
Yeah.
And now I'm in this beautiful place, sunny and warm and grass and blue skies and a little tree over here in this classic old Chevy right here. It's the nicest, neatest feeling ever. And I go, I'm trying to answer the question, right? What I let go of, I go, what am I, what? 90 seconds.
Wow.
And like with the other stuff, I tried it again a few weeks later, got out again in about 3 minutes. Does it work every time? No. But man, if any of you guys try that, let me know. I mean,
Yeah.
and it works. You gotta let me know. Anyway, that's all.
Yeah. And other few ways, when you're laying in bed, you can simply like imagine a rope, a ladder, or an elevator. Like if it's like a rope or a ladder, you just imagine yourself climbing and stuff, and that alone will like help you to get out of body.
Yeah, yeah. All these separation techniques, you imagine that you're floating like you're a styrofoam floaty thing, but you're underwater and you get that buoyant whoop feeling. And it's just imagine having that feeling and you're buoyant and you're literally uh, your density is higher than physical density. And so you whoop, and it'll lift you out of your physical body and off you go. So it's techniques like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that there's two things. One is an NLP technique, and basically, whenever you get up, you choose an item in your room. Like whenever you wake up, you have to see that like right in front of you. So that would be close. Could be a book, a table, or just the carpet or whatever. Whatever's like close to you, you see that, and basically now you program that whenever you wake up and you see that thing, you will remember your dreams. You will remember your UBI, or whenever you see it, you will get out and stuff. So when you start programming and you just you wake up and like, oh yeah, I remember my dream because you saw that, you saw a cup or something, and you keep doing that. And after like a week of practicing and being like persistent and consistent with it, you get it. Like you wake up and you just look at it without saying anything, bam, your memory comes back. So you just basically store your memory in that, and that helps you to recall the thing.
Wow.
It's
I like
pretty,
that. I like that one.
yeah.
I could do that with that little clock right there because I see that clock a lot. Yeah.
Another thing
Okay.
like that works with intention is basically for a lot of people, whenever you set up a clock and you have an alarm clock and you have to wake up a certain hour, and like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. doesn't matter. Whenever you set an alarm clock, you will most likely wake up a few minutes before your alarm clock goes on. And same thing, like you can put the same thing with I'm gonna get out of body. You just like in an instant, like I'm getting out of body right now, or like this night, and you wake up and you had experience. You remember it. So it's the same thing, like same programming, same mindset. Your brain just puts it on to-do list and does it.
Yeah.
So pretty neat. Like there's lots of ways to get out of body and lots of tips.
Yeah. Yeah. There's lots. And you can find them all on Newbie Bootcamp on sale now.
Yeah.
Well, only for you guys on Twitch here. If you email Aguila or me. Okay.
So anyway, how are you doing?
We can go. Maybe 12:30. We can wrap it up at 12:30, so we're almost done. That that work for you?
Yeah,
Which
sure.
how many people are we got here?
26.
26.
Yeah,
I guess we could just. What are your thoughts?
I'm good.
Continue 12:30. Continue past 12:30. Or
Either way, like whatever's best for you.
okay. I don't know. Hey, am I the only one around here who's having a hard time making decisions these days? I wonder, is it like stuff in the chemtrails that making people complacent or unfocused, hard to make decisions? Or is it just me getting older? I don't know. But
There's a lot of stakes in it. Like I can make a decision for us right away. It's just that I'm always more caring about others and what's best for others. So like I'll just ask them or do whatever they want because like
yeah,
I'll make
yeah,
them their life better and give them dopamine and serotonin and stuff.
yeah. That's good. Well, okay. Hey, let's do another question, and we can check in later. See how long we go.
Yeah, let me search in the chat for one because we've had people discussing, but like not with questions and stuff. Um, yeah, found it.
Hmm.
Yeah, like if anyone has any more questions, just type it in. Eddie's asking, are we into astrology?
Um, I'm not. Um I think you can get something out of it. I think people that are really, really good at it and the pros, I think there's something to it, but I think it's based on deep-seated uh, prior beliefs about it. It's like agreements, like soul contract agreements on a deep level. But it's valid enough in that way. But I'm not into it. I don't get a horoscope reading very much, and I've had it done maybe once or twice, but
Yeah.
not really.
Yeah, like I sort of stay away from them because like I'm more into I'm in control of my life and if there's destiny then I'm making it, not anyone else. Uh,
Yeah.
and a funny thing happened like a few months ago. Like my mom ordered me like personalized astrology thing for a whole year, and like, hey, read it. Like this is for you, like exactly by your name and like and date and like all the hours and stuff. And I'm like, cool, yeah, whatever. And read it and like, ugh, that doesn't look good. And like, they have dates and what's gonna happen, and the people that didn't match it with all the details. I'm like, that doesn't look good. It sort of freaked me out. And I sort of like after reading that, and I'm like, no way. So I just dropped the papers and I made a mindset that no matter what happens, I'm gonna be in control, and whatever that thing might be, I will be able to change it. And so I worked like pretty hard, like paying attention that might happen. Like fuck it, I will just do whatever to make it work on my in my terms. And it did it. Like the days passed and it went way better. Like that was like fantastic freaking week, and they say like it was gonna be really bad. So for me, I'm like, it might be a thing for some, but for, like for me, I'm just keeping it like my life is mine, and like if there's destiny, then I'm making it.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same way. Because you can actually read those and make it so. You read a horoscope, and if you believe it, agree with it, even if it's bad news, oops, and then you're creating that reality that you read about. So yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I stay away from those.
Yeah. So we have new 77 YTV asking, are you familiar with Tom Campbell's research?
Uh, Big theory on everything. That guy.
Think so.
Uh, yeah, I didn't read his book, uh, and I'm not all that familiar with it, except the basic, broad strokes stuff that his work with Robert Monroe and um, consciousness creates everything and all that, but none of the specifics. Some people have written to me years ago that said, "Hey, Rich, you know Tom Campbell because the stuff you talk about and say, it sure is a lot like what he says." So in that way, I'm familiar with it, but I haven't read his books.
Yeah. Well, it must be pretty nice because then, like, he's a quantum physicist and all, and you're just doing your own stuff, but just as much.
Yeah.
So True Search One is asking, how does age can have like how does age play a part in the UBI?
I think when you're younger, you're more likely to have oobies, especially when you're a real young kid. and we get it programmed out of us. We start telling our parents that we're having out-of-body experiences. I'm not saying every kid has out-of-body experiences, but but there's that. And I think the older you get, the more likely your system is going to get toxic, and the pineal gland is going to be uh, attacked, and these things can make you less able to get out.
Yeah.
Uh, and over a period of years, your accumulated diet, toxins in the body and the food chain, GMOs, and just all kinds of body chemistry things, as you get older, can affect your ability to get out, I think.
Does the age affect the knowledge when you're out of body?
No, no. You can be a 13 years old and go out and have the most amazing philosophical, enlightening experience to come back and tell the world. The 13-year-olds explains reality, and do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Or you can just be really old, just body.
Sure, that makes sense. So another question from Max. He's asking, is it bad to want to be saved by someone or something?
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, if you want to play the good, bad, right, wrong game, yes, bad. But above that, it's like uh, when we're asking to be saved by another, we're subscribing to a belief system. You're agreeing that somebody else has more power over you in your life than you do. So you're kind of giving away your stuff when you do that. But hey, if you're in a deep hole and somebody's got a fucking rope up there, and if you don't ask, they're not going to throw you a fucking rope. I don't believe in that savior shit. When he's up there with a rope, well, then fuck you. So there's a little give and take in that whole thing. But yeah, if you believe that you are, you're the one, because you are, life does not exist for you without you. And it's not harsh for you unless you believe it is. If your life is harsh and you never knew it any other way, and it didn't bother you, you didn't expect anything better, you could wake up feeling, hey, another day, fucking coal mine, yay, I'm making some money, I'm alive. You should see the guys that have it hard. So it's all a belief, you know. So uh, in that way, believing that you need somebody to save you can, maybe work against you or not give you the best possible options here or in your afterlife, because we only spend 80, 100 years here, and then we're gone, we're out of here. Then what?
Yeah.
Do we come back? Do we forget everything, come back, do it again, and play the one game or another, the savior game again? See, we don't know if that's happening. I mean, some of us are very sure, but it's our beliefs that is what happens. We reincarnate. It's a reincarnational trap. And uh, just our simple logic tells us that if we lived within our imagination and we had vivid imaginations like Akvila and many other people do, they can imagine a realm and a world and they shift right into it instantly. And it becomes their reality if that's what they agree that is. And the physical world is just a place they visit once in a while, but this is their real reality. And they do it daily. They can go back and forth. And this is a multidimensional person, a being, but they're using a wild imagination to create and manifest that realm. And if it's a realm that other people, that other friends are creating with them, they can leave and not create it, but it's still there. And they can come back in and pick it up where they left off. And it's an alternate reality, a parallel universe. Uh, all of that is going on, and it has to do with what we believe and what we focus on and think about. So if we're believing in a savior, then he's saving us from what, and saving us to do what.
Yeah.
We have to make some agreement with the savior that, you know, okay, you saved me, now what? What do I got to do? Am I good? Are we good? Are we square? IOU? So, uh, but then again, if you're stuck in a hole or a trap and somebody can come along and help you awaken to something new, yay.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll get you back later. You don't have to go, he saved me. I've been saved. It gets into that religious shit. And there's a lot of religious implanting that goes along with that.
It makes me think like about a different thing where like some people want to be saved, and some people want to help a lot. When like I found myself like, oh damn, like should I be feeling guilty because like I've been going through a lot of shit in my life and I've got through it, but I see others suffering and I want to help them, like to at least be have a better life. And I'm like, well, am I like like subconsciously thinking that I have more power? Or like fuck, like starting to talking bad to myself and stuff. So what's your thoughts on that? Like people wanting to help others.
Yeah, that's a really good one. This thing about help. If you imagine yourself in a computer game, in a multiplayer game, and you go in there, it's not real. Nobody needs help. They're in a game, but you're you're walking along and this other guy is being attacked by the big monster. Why would you help the motherfucker? It's a game because it'd be fun. He'd get something out of it. You'd get out something. You can pretend that you saved his life and you can pretend that you'll be buddies forever. It's a fucking game. That's all it is. Nobody's being hurt here. In the real world, this is a fucking game. Why would you help somebody? Because it feels good. It would make them feel good to be helped. It makes you feel good to help them because of your nature. A sociopath or a psychopath, they're not getting any fun out of helping anybody.
Yeah.
But on a physical level, the body chemistry in these systems here, they will kick out feel good chemicals all day long if you're doing things that are toward the survival of your physical body and your group, your tribe, your herd. And on a bigger level, your species, all of humanity. So just on a purely chemical level, if you do something that helps somebody and they're a teammate or they're part of your family, your tribe, your group, your nation, humanity versus extraterrestrial bad guys, or if it's just Russians, Polish versus Polacks, they probably wouldn't. They'd be like this. But if they are Russians and Polacks against reptilians, they might, hey, let's help each other. Uh, so, but all these dynamics regarding help, if you see an opportunity to help, you're going to get a dopamine hit. It's a survival thought concept, and you will get a dopamine hit, and it'll happen instantly, and it'll feel a little bit good or really good. And then if you move toward that helping thing, uh, okay, I just got to get a rope. We don't have a rope. Well, I can use this. I use this big log. I'll use that. Yeah, this will work. And you feel like you're helping. You haven't helped yet. The guy's still down there. Help me. And you're almost there, and then somebody comes and breaks your fucking legs and drags you off into a cave somewhere. You felt good till you realized it's not helping. I'm not able to help after all. So it'll go the other way. But if you're able to break free of the big troll that broke your fucking legs, and you grab hold of his little donkey thing he's got there, and you climb on the donkey thing, and it's got a rope, and then you get back over to that big hole with you don't even know this guy, but he's a human. He's not a troll, and you throw your rope down there, and now you feel like, and even if it's a fucking computer game, you're feeling better, like, hey, this is working. No bad guys yet. And you get to grab the rope, bitch. And he grabs the rope and he's coming up, and then he falls down. It's like, oh, God damn it. It's a game. It's fun. And can I help? Is this going to work? And so, yay, you free this guy. He's helped. You get a dopamine hit. And it's because of he's of your same tribe, your team, species. You will get an oxytocin hit. It's that feeling good, this love, trust, safety, security, caring. That's that chemical that feels good that way because you're helping a fellow, making them feel good and safe. That'll be oxytocin hit. It's a love chemical. And with serotonin, that's a different, you're better than the rest. You beat the ogre. Fuck you, ogre. I killed you and I took your ass, donkey. And I saved my buddy in the deep pit. So I'm a savior. I'm a hero. Well, anyway, this is helping this way better than the rest compared to others. That's a serotonin hit, and that's a feel good hit. So you can get a real rush. You can get a dopamine, oxytocin, and a serotonin rush throwing a fucking rope to somebody, literally or figuratively. So you can get hooked on being the savior, savior complex. Wow, I'm going to save everybody. You just feel so, what you feel on a physiological level is serotonin. And if you help them and they love you, that's oxytocin. And it doesn't feel like oxytocin or chemical in your body. It feels like they love me. I love them. And it doesn't feel like you're better. It doesn't feel like a chemical when you get a serotonin hit. You just feel like, wow, I'm feeling amazing. I'm awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you get the dopamine hit, it's just like, wow, I feel so good today. It doesn't feel like a chemical. It feels like feel good, so good today. And it can happen instantly. So these chemicals trigger all the time. And if you fuck it up, you're going to kick in cortisol, and that feels like shit. It feels like really bad. A little bad, wrong, bad, guilty, or really bad, like, oh, where's the fucking gun? You know, fuck throwing the rope. Like, where's the fucking tree, man? This ain't working. So that's cortisol will push you in that direction. So when you learn what triggers these chemicals and how to turn them on more just by what you focus on or think about or do, good on you. You're going to feel better in your life. You're going to get more happiness. And if you start learning what triggers your cortisol, and is it being triggered chronically every day you wake up, same shit, new day, it's your cortisol is being kicked in every fucking day.
Yeah.
And that's what you feel. You feel like you want to fucking off yourself, but what you're really feeling is a chemical in your body getting released every day because of what you're thinking about, focused on chronically or acutely, either way.
That makes
So you
sense.
can learn what these triggers are, change your environment, do what you got to do. And when you are getting successful at that or seeing an opportunity to change something, you will feel good. Literally chemistry, it will be one of these chemicals. Anyway, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
She sure got me going.
Well, I get you going a lot.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you.
Shit. Um, so regarding all the chemicals, you started talking about dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, cortisol. You've mentioned that you're sort of making a course slowly whenever you can. How's it going? Where are you up to?
Yeah, I'm making a course that's going to teach people these principles. And it's going to be simple and fun and a lot of exercises, a lot of practical course, little drills and exercises. Notice during the day, notice what kicks in dopamine. Once you learn what dopamine is and what it feels like, then you learn what oxytocin and what it feels like. When you experience it, same with serotonin, same with cortisol. Then you can start looking at your life on a physiological survival level of why you're feeling good, not feeling good all day during the day. And once you understand it, then you can start other exercises on how to trigger dopamine on purpose. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. And you will fucking feel it. Right now, if I'm feeling good about it, it's serotonin. This is good shit, man. You're gonna love it. That's serotonin talking. That's that feel good, that cocky, bold, assertive, that sort of thing. And if it's all loving, ah, well, I love you guys. I love you for showing up. And you can do that fake it till you make it, because you say the words and you get the body language going a certain way. Your body is used to going, oh, he must be in a good lovey place. I guess I'll kick out some dopamine for him so it'll actually fucking feel it. So yeah, you can. That's that. You set the posture, and you'll get trace triggers of these chemicals that go with the physiology, the tone of voice. And so that's how you can start. Just one more way to practice feeling good and feeling better.
Makes sense.
And the other question of how it's going, I've been busy. I haven't been working on it. I talk about it. So I'm sort of still doing the research and stuff. But I took the feasibility study thing down I had going for about 2 weeks.
You did?
Yeah, one person said, "Yeah, I'd be interested." I go, "Yeah." Okay. So I took it offline. I'm still working on the course, but not very fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I get it ready to go, I want to launch it and help people learn how to be happy. Look at me, I'm the epitome of happy.
That's you, all right.
And not just, happy can be dopamine happy, oxytocin happy, or serotonin happy, or endorphin happy. I forgot to mention endorphins
Yeah.
because I don't like endorphins very much.
And we just have like Energelex saying that the subject matter of for a course on endorphins sounds great. So you have support here, like like fuck
Yeah.
emails.
Oh,
People
yeah.
here like your stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and if you hadn't heard, you came in late or something, we're doing this little contest. The person that donates or give us the highest tip today, I think it's up to 9 cents. No.
$15 actually. Don't worry, $15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one with the highest tip will get a free course of their choice. It's going to be Soul Contract Revocation course, the OBE Bootcamp course, Entity Release course, or the Universal Release Method course. So, and if it accidentally went up all the way to the cost, they go, "What the fuck? That's the cost of the course." You get 1 penny over the cost of one course, you'll get that course paid for it, and then you'll get another free course. You'll get an actual free course. Because this isn't, hey, is this a trick? But yeah, there's that.
Sure. So how are you doing? Do you want to wrap it up or talk some more?
Yeah, I want to try. I'm in an experimental fucking mood today. God
Really?
damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna practice. I'm experimenting on not cussing. How's that going?
Awesome. I think you just cussed.
Fucking nailed it. So this laughing, this is an endorphin hit. When you're funny and you get a good laugh going and it feels good, it's like, why shit doesn't feel good just because it feels good. I used to believe that. It doesn't, in a physical body, it doesn't feel good because it feels good. Spiritual worlds, yeah, different. Here, if it feels good, it was a happy chemical. And a good laugh like that's endorphin. So you can get addicted to being a fucking class clown or the funny guy, even if your shit's not that funny. If you make yourself laugh, if you're the only one laughing at your jokes, you're probably getting an endorphin kick, and you can get addicted to that shit. And it's like, oh no, here comes Mr. Funny again. Oh fuck. He's not funny. He's up to himself. So yeah, that's endorphins. So yeah, there's that. But to answer the question, crazy thought.
Really?
Yeah, we have a new forum. Well, it's new for some and not new for others, but it's a Discord forum. I would like to invite everybody here over to the Discord forum when we wrap this up in like 15 minutes. Over in the Discord forum, whoever you're talking to here, you got a good conversation going. You don't have to wait till another live Twitch to like stay connected. Come over to the Discord forum. You guys can still chat it up what you're talking about. We can talk about what we're talking about. And there's an audio chat room that I would like to experiment with and see if you guys that are still here, and Agvila and I, at about 1 o'clock, we'll switch over and we'll figure out the details somehow to get you guys over. And Agvila's the web guru over there, the webmaster and all that. She's got it all set up, and she'll be able to tell us where we're going to go exactly, how to get there, the link. I don't know how the fuck we're going to do this.
Yeah, I sent the link in the chat.
Oh, it's in the chat. Okay, yeah. So that's the link. That's the thing. We'll start in text at 1 o'clock. Actually, at 1 o'clock we'll wrap it up here. That's about 15 minutes. 10, 12 minutes. And then I need a quick mini break, more coffee and like that. But we'll be online in text. But there's the audio live interactive chat. So you guys will actually be able to talk in real time to us if you have a question, we can put you on speaker and you can say it out loud. There's no latency or lag like we got here. I'd like to experiment with that for just a little bit, maybe 15 minutes or so, not another fucking 2 hours. That I don't think I'd last that long. But I'd like to try it. How about you, Agvila? Would you like to experiment with that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna think about how to set it up because it's easy for you to talk since you don't have all the settings and stuff.
Oh shit! Forgot about that. Well, it's easy enough for them to log in or
Yeah,
get
yeah,
in.
they can log in and use them.
Yeah, and so we'll be there in real time. Me too. Not in text. I mean, not in audio, but in the text back and forth chat forum.
Yeah.
We'll be there, and we'll sort out how to get into the live chat, audio chat, not video, but live audio. Once we get over there. So I invite you over. The more, the merrier, because if there's only like 2 or 3 people, I'm probably going to be burnt out and go, oh, fuck, that didn't work. but it'll be good exercise to for all of us. And so yeah, sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Yeah. How many people are here now?
We have 25.
Oh, good. And all the specials and the bonuses, and I can't keep track of them all right now, but they're good for here on Twitch Live. When we go over to Discord forum and we end this Twitch, none of it applies. None of it applies. It's too confusing for us. But here we got the stuff going, and you'll still be able to, if you want to get the OBE bootcamp on for half price. You can ask us some questions about that. We can give you the information on it.
Yeah.
There and whatever else we had going, but you can ask us about. But yeah, is that clear enough? That makes sense?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So hey, it's raise of hands here over people in chat. Here's the deal. How many of you want to jump over to Discord with us and continue this? Let's say after about a 10-minute break, everybody can go do what they want to do and come back at 1 o'clock, and we'll get going over there. We need some, I can't see any of it because I'm not looking at the chat side, but is anybody interested in doing that?
Yeah, we'll see. Like we have like 15-second latency, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
they said no. I'm hanging up. No, wait, no. No, they didn't say anything.
Yeah, and some people say they're saying that they need a break and stuff, so it was like 50-50 thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we might just get 1 or 2 people there, but at least we can experiment with it and see what the hell.
Sure.
So we can officially wrap up here, and anything we do over at in the Discord will be just a kind of a little, touch bases, administrative thing, help people get logged on and see how the recording room works.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably wrap it up there at about 1:15. Yeah.
All right. We'll do that.
All right. So is this a good place to wrap it up? Any last minute things or?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Thank you everybody for showing up. I'd love your feedback as in comments before you wrap it up and say bye. How you liked it, what you liked about it, and if it was any value or help. Need that feedback. I need that serotonin, oxytocin hit. You see, yeah. So let us know, and maybe we'll see you over at Discord. And if you don't want to make it or can't make it or you got other things to do, that's okay. No big deal. And we'll see you on the next live chat.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye. See you over at Discord. Link down there somewhere. Link somewhere.
Yeah, it's in the description.
Okay. I'm going to take a few minutes. I'll be in Discord real fast, but I'm going to go get some more coffee and stuff.
Sure.
See you there, Akvila.
Okay.